I lost sight of the Saw movies, I think around 4 or 5. Because like with the Saw movies, the weird thing was it was like the way it was all like set up. Because it was like part 2 was happening while part 1 was happening, but part 4 was happening during part 6, which was happening the same time as part 3, which was happening halfway through part 5, but at the beginning of part 4, it was like such a weird mess the way they put that whole like franchise together.
I know
And
you're
I'm not saying
Tarantino in it, but you're actually made more sense than the fucking movies. Just now. That summation made more sense than Tarantino's like, what are we doing here? What's going on? What are we doing? You're just gonna stare at me?
But like I and it's not like I thought the movies were like terrible, but after a while it was just like, all right, enough. Because like I don't think I've yeah. All right, everybody's just making me nuts.
Everybody just calm down. Everybody just fucking you making me nuts, making me crazy.
Yeah, it's like I think I lost sight of it after like part 4 or 5, but then I went to the theater. I went to the theater.
Is that where you go to theaters to see the theater?
Yeah. Yeah.
I see
to watch seats.
A theater.
It's a theater. I go to watch it. I go to look at seats.
Ooh.
The chair show. I
want the mustache ride.
I saw
I saw a putty cat.
I went to see the movie Saw X in theater, and I didn't think it was bad. I liked it. But what made it weird was that like part of it was like a prequel, you know? So it's like when you do a prequel after the actor or actors are older than they were in the first movie, it's just kind of weird. You know, it's like when they did like the Wolverine.
It's like that with a lot of things, but I know what you mean.
When they did like the Wolverine origin movie, it's like Hugh Jackman was like
Jacked Man.
Well, dude, I mean, did you see X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Dude, but I mean,
he was insanely jacked in that movie.
He was kind of always like, ever since he was Wolverine, he was.
No, he was, but it was just there was that one scene where he jumps out of the water. He's just like,
yeah,
and he was just like fucking, you know, fucking neck to shoulder, like just, you know, just fucking.
Dude, PED to the max, bro. PED? Yeah, performance enhancing drugs.
You think so? You think Hugh Jackman did that? Hugh Jackman.
Listen, like a lot of people are in great shape. You know what I mean? And there's some people that, you know, they build up over time and they're able to maintain it. But I mean, when you're ever getting that big, especially someone like him, a thespian, he does a lot of different, you know, things and he will shrink his body. He's not extreme, you know, he's not like a Christian Bale where he'll, you know, get emaciated and then get like so big that he was too big for Batman Begins. They couldn't begin because of that. So with that in mind, you're taking shit. Like you just are. Like dude, nobody, like you look at anybody, wrestlers, especially bodybuilders, it's not necessarily taking roids. Like you can take roids. A lot of people do take roids, but there's also a lot of over-the-counter different things that are roid-like, and they fall under the category of PEDs. And a lot of people take dude, when you get older, your testosterone drops. You know what I mean?
Right. You
start producing less testosterone. So a lot of guys, once they hit their 40s, start taking TRT. And that, you know, will greatly increase. Dude, look at fucking like he's jacked out of his mind for an old guy. Fucking RFK.
Who was that? Oh, RFK, yeah.
I want to get to and he's fucking married to fucking Cheryl out of all people.
Yeah. That I thought was weird. Like I didn't
There's
know
just
that
a weird association. Yeah, I had no idea like that they were together, and because not that they're together, obviously outside the show for years, but like in Curb, you just always like you're mentally categorized with. It's like Cheryl, Larry David in the show. It's like wow,
right.
She not only is she out in the world of acting, but she's somehow hooked up with RFK and has been married to him for like fucking 10 years, and now she's on Joe Rogan solo talking about shit.
Yeah.
Jamie,
and it's funny because like I hated her on Curb from when I watched it. Like I always disliked her. Not the actress, you know, the character, obviously. Because like she was what's that?
She was good for what she was.
She was, but it always bothered me. Like how she was just such a dick to Larry all the time.
Dude,
Of course,
it was like that with all of them. Like,
right? Everybody was like that, but
seasons to gain appreciation for them. Like Jeff it took me a couple seasons to really like Jeff.
It's Jeff.
Come on, you fucked me.
It's a vest.
You're gonna blow my dick in my mouth. Why would you want to do that? Unless it makes me a lot of money, then blow all the dicks you want.
You're taking this home for a nice luncheon?
You want wizards and dragons? If I get you wizards and dragons, will you make an album? I'll tell you what. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Dude, I love Jeff. Jeff Garland.
Yeah, Jeff's funny. Jeff's a funny dude. Yeah, and he was funny in Studio 666.
Well, the thing is with Curb, right? I loved Curb from the moment I watched it, but there was like a period of acclimation that you have to go through when it comes to the characters and how they're played. Like how those actors portray it often comes off as bad acting and this weird elopement like demeanor, but it really is like when you understand just how the show is run, you really appreciate the characters and like you can really appreciate just the comedic factor in it.
No, that's fair.
How they
like
play their roles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at any of those actors like, oh, they suck. The characters, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like the way they are like towards Larry, and it's like because there are a lot of things when you watch that, you're on Larry's side. You're like, why the fuck are they fucking with him? Yeah. Like he didn't do anything wrong, and it's like, you know, the way what's her name, Susie would always be up his ass. You're a fucking piece of shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Well, they're of course naturally for the comedic factor, they're always geared to the max. Zero.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But it gives you appreciation, like after a season or two, when you first start watching. And I'm also talking about if you started watching the show when it first came out. You watch the evolution of the show and just how it transformed into what it is. And not that it transformed into something completely different, but just how it got more integrated and how they get into, dude, as an actor, like when you get into character, it takes a couple of seasons to really develop that character.
Of course. Yeah.
That's why I hate when shows, especially a good show, which we've talked about many times with many shows, when they get canceled after the first season and it's like, well, we didn't, the show wasn't that hot. It's like, well, you didn't give it time to actually fucking progress. The Bondsman, for example. Dude, that show.
Yeah, dude, The Bondsman. That was show. That was a heartbreaking thing because it's like, I didn't realize that only like a month after it released on Prime that it was canceled.
They literally went, no.
Yeah, because it was like months later. Like I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I wonder when the next season of The Bondsman's coming out. Nope, canceled. And it's like Kevin Bacon even put out like a statement on his Instagram, and I'm like, come on, man. It's because it was one of those shows where they left you on a cliffhanger. Like you don't know how things ended up. It's like, oh, you know. Certain shows, certain movies, it's like you could kind of use your imagination. Like when it came to the end of Sopranos, there were people like, well, Tony got killed. And people like, no, he didn't die. You know what I mean? It's like you get into that whole like discussion, argument, debate, whatever you want to call it. But with this, it's like there was no way to like, draw your own conclusion from what could have happened at the end of that show.
Dude, and that end too, like, because it was a genuine season ender cliffhanger, and it sucks. And we got no closure to it. And the complexity of the characters, like I like Kevin Bacon, but we've talked about this before in regards to Kevin Bacon, like great actor, but I've never really watched a ton of stuff that he was in outside of, like Hollow Man, Growing Up, Footloose, shit like that, Stir of Echoes. But like, that show I really loved, and I really loved what the setup it had for it. And the same thing with, I don't quite remember the name of it. Hysteria, I think it is. I love Bruce Campbell. I know we've talked about Bruce Campbell numerous times. That show they had, Hysteria, had promise to it too, and that also got shit canned after one season.
I see. I don't think I remember Hysteria.
So but it was like the whole Satanic Panic. It was a play on the Satanic Panic thing.
Okay.
So it was a small town. Bruce Campbell played the sheriff there. And I love Bruce Campbell. He's one of my favorite actors. So anything he's in on a consistent basis is fun to watch.
Of course.
Whether it's good or not. And not that he, like, he doesn't always, like the movies he's in aren't always great movies, but he's great.
Right. Well, because like he just kind of adds something to it, even with just him being
Bruce, there. Man, dude.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he was in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, like had small parts in them, but it was like, it made it that much happier. It's like, even when he showed up in the Doctor Strange movie as the guy who sells like the pizza balls in like this dimension or whatever. It was like it's like, oh shit, there he is. And it's like, it's become one of those like Sam Raimi things where he just tosses Bruce in like anything that he does, like even if it's just for
Wouldn't you?
for a second. Oh,
I would throw him in
absolutely.
for a second.
I mean, I don't know if you saw. Sorry for like jumping off topic, but even even in like Evil Dead Rise, like he wasn't actually in it, but they had like a recording of him talking. Of him talking
so
about the book.
He was in there in spirit.
Exactly. So, that was like something cool for the fans, even though the movie itself I didn't think was that good.
Was that the movie with the woman on the cover?
Yeah. I can't say for sure that Sam Raimi actually had anything to do with it, other than it's based off of his movie. But yeah, they tossed like I think it was like it was a recording. It was an audio recording of him talking about the book, but. Personally, I wasn't really a fan of it, but
I didn't watch that one. Kind of dug the Evil Dead remake one.
Yeah, that was a good
one.
That
was a fun one. I thought that was a really fun one. But the Rise one, they lost me once I saw the woman. And it's nothing against her. I just was like, you just saw like what they were going with, and I'm like, it kind of reminds me of just like, I don't know, Exorcist meets fucking.
Well, because they took away some of like
Evil Dead.
Because they took away like the humor that was part of it.
Well, the humor is what really.
Yeah.
Like that's see this okay. Not to go on a tangent with this, but what makes
Bruce tangent away.
Bruce is the fucking best, and Bruce is one of those few actors that can really be like absolutely physical comedy, hysterical, but then also badass. And he's also got like the leading man good looks, so he could kind of like meander in between and just in a serpentine manner, just navigate through that and be all at the same time. And
right.
There really are such few people in the industry that can actually do that as well as Bruce. And Bruce is a god amongst men when it comes to that. I fucking love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, and it's like, when you're talking about like TV shows as far as like character development goes, when you look at the development of, Ash.
Yeah.
Just, scared dude like in the middle of the woods in a cabin, and then like he becomes this fucking badass hero
boomstick,
who he became kind of pompous, a little arrogant, but it was well deserved, you know what I mean? Like he became that, and it just became part of his character, and it was like it wasn't like he got so far astray from where he started to where like you didn't like him. It just made you love him. When he faced all odds in the cabin against the Deadites and all that shit and made it out. Army of Darkness, fucking Ash versus Evil Dead, all that shit. Like, he was just fucking fantastic in it. And have you seen Ash versus Evil Dead?
The show? I mean, back when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
show was a great like bookend to like the whole legacy.
And it's almost
great
a shame.
Love letter, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah, but it's also like a shame that it had to end, because it was.
I know, but you knew it had to end.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember like didn't he come out at one point like he had a brief little interview, or it was like some blurb where he talked about finally ending the show, and he's like, I'm 60, man. I'm like, my body's beating. Like he's I mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he's like, I just want to put an end to this. Like, I can't do this every day. Like, and I'm like, I'm so glad he hung in there for 3 seasons. But
yeah, and it's it's sad when it comes to that. It's sad to know that like the actors that we love, that we know, and it's like they get to a point where it's like, look, I can't. I'm done. Because when people talk about like a remake, another possible remake of like A Nightmare on Elm Street, it's like, no, it's gotta be Robert Englund. It's like, he's fucking 70 something years old now.
I know.
What is he gonna do? Like you know what I mean?
What
like,
more do you want from the man?
Exactly.
The man carried that franchise on his shoulders.
Bones, like, like that's it. It's like,
so
exactly. It's like when you're eating the chicken and you're down to the bone and there's nothing left, you just suck out the fucking marrow, and that's what you want from this guy. And it's like, dude, we all love Robert Englund as fucking Freddy Krueger. Him taking that part when he did, it was like he was one of those actors that was like. He's a legit actor, and I don't mean that like to say that anybody who does like a horror movie isn't, but it was because a lot of actors, they get to a point where they're like, no, we're not covering this face. It's like people need to know it's me. And
This-
Robert Englund is like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Like that's the type of guy he was. And it's like he was Freddy Krueger.
yeah,
It's like he made that role iconic.
dude.
Back when he was like super scary in the beginning and became even when he became a little goofy toward the end.
But
Just
his work, his palette, dude, like his filmography is insane.
that's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like it's not like he just is Freddy Krueger. He is
he's
a
been everything.
thespian.
Yeah,
He's an actor.
well-rounded individual.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, when
That's to that point too. Is Doug Bradley? Remember, I talked to him. Even I asked him, like, would you come back to like a Hellraiser thing? And he's like, well, I'm old. He's like, paraphrasing, of course, yeah, I wouldn't expect him as Pinhead, but like, wouldn't it be fun for him to play some of the like, little
yeah, in
characters?
some capacity, of course,
And very cognizant. You know what I mean? That's what I love. Like those actors, they know who they are. They know what they are, and they don't live in delusion, nor do they live in they're not prisoners of the past.
right. And I think
Love that.
yeah, and I think Robert Englund said something to the extent of at some point where it would be interesting to do like somewhat of like I think like a series on Freddy Krueger where it's like people have different accounts of Freddy Krueger where like they just kind of, let's say you and I have a dream,
Also, it's like Dracula, then, like the book.
well, no, not so much, more like let's say you and I have a dream and we dream about the same thing. So, all right, well, let's say we dream about Freddy Krueger and I say, look, I had a dream about this guy last night. His skin was burned. He wore like a red and green striped hoodie and
And it
dark
wasn't.
brown pants, and he had claws for fingers, and he wore a baseball cap. And you're like, dude, I had an interesting dream too. It was similar, but this guy had like a red and green like Christmas sweater. He had the razor hands, but he wore like a fedora and shorts. You know what I mean? It's like people just, basically like a different Freddy Krueger per episode because people just recall him differently in their dreams.
Yeah.
Because when you tell a story about a dream that you had, it's never exactly as it happened. You just pick the little things that you remember about it.
Yeah, the key points.
Yeah, the key points, and it's like I'll wake up from a dream and be like, oh wow, that was a wild dream. But what was wild about it? I just know that it was wild. So, and of course, I'm like, kind of exaggerating the point a little bit on like what two different people would see about a dream of Freddy Krueger. But I think that he said, and don't quote me on this, but I'm almost positive that he said that he would be interested in doing something like that to that capacity where he may be like, an older Freddy Krueger that someone else dreamt about because that's how that person may have remembered dreaming about Freddy Krueger.
Well, it made me think of like Dracula the book because Bram Stoker's. Because apparently, I never read it, but it's like it's like memoirs. It's like different experiences all of Dracula.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah.
see. That's a book that I own.
And I've been wanting to read it because of that.
Yeah.
When I heard about that, I'm like, that sounds like a really cool read. Because if the book is transpiring and you're just reading different memoirs from different people and their interactions with Dracula, you're getting their personal experiences, which is not too dissimilar, if not exactly like what the concept that you relayed with Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, see, like that's interesting because like I never knew that. Dracula is another another book that I own, just never actually sat down to read it.
Do you remember that game that came out a while ago? It was like
There's a Dracula game?
It was I want to say it was Kickstarter.
Okay.
Like a number of years ago, and I wanted to invest in it, but it was just the price to it was I don't know, like if you wanted to get the full game, but they wanted to do a whole thing where it kind of you become like you investigate and you hunt like Dracula, and you get all these pieces and you get like parchments, and it's almost like kind of like a detective like kind of crime solving thing where you get these pieces
Okay.
and you kind of piece everything together, and they break down all the aspects to the story. And I forget how the premise was. It was something I think they mail you over time sections of it as you go, things like that, and it just looked really cool. Like
was it a board game or a video game?
Neither. I would say it was something along the lines of like a board game, but it was like a physical. Like you had all these. I think if I recall correctly, even had like this aged parchment paper, and it was supposed to be like a journal, and then I think you even get like some memorabilia, like kind of maybe like even like a wooden stake and things like that. And it was like an immersive experience for Bram Stoker's. In other words,
That's
taking
interesting.
the story and bringing it to life in a like a multifaceted experience. And I was all for it.
Okay, I
Just the price
misunderstood.
point
Like,
was a little too high for what I was willing to
yeah.
spend for it, but I applauded the concept.
Okay. See, I haven't heard of that. I mean, dude, you like we've had this discussion numerous times. I've backed so much shit on like Kickstarter and have
Well, you also like
spent.
a lot of games. You like board games and
Yeah, and it's
dice
just
games, stuff like that.
yeah, and the problem is now it's like I don't have any friends. So like I have no one to play with. I have a shit ton of
No
games.
one
Like,
wants to play with me.
well, also because like being such a fan of like, horror movies and stuff like that, a lot of horror movies come out with like a board game.
Games, yeah.
You know, dude, I have the Evil Dead game, the Saw game. I have Halloween 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House of a Thousand Corpses, and there are also a bunch of like horror-based board games that I have that, aren't based off of actual, existing IPs. So they're a lot of fun, obviously when you have someone to play with, but they do take up a lot of time, because these are like those like strategic
You have to
board games
invest.
for the most part. Yeah, I mean some of them are just like regular like old school board games where like one person plays the killer, one person plays the survivors or the victims, and you got to try and like piece all this shit together before you get out and make your escape. It's like if you escape, you win. You get killed, you lose, obviously. And there are so many games like that, and it's just like I'm like, yep, need that one. Okay, I'll pledge the all in pledge, where like when you pledge all in, it's like you get everything that
Everything,
comes with
yeah.
it, all the pieces, all the
I
extra
know,
shit.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like because like Mystery Science Theater just put out like a Kickstarter board game, and I pledged it, but it was like another. There was another charge to get like the Mystery Science Theater globe. Like it's not a big one, but it's like something that you can like put, or I think like you put all the cards in it or like some of the pieces into it. So it's actually like, a container or, to put pieces of the game in. And I'm like, okay, I want this game,
I want it bad.
but I don't need that.
I want Crow. Can you pledge for Crow? Get a life-size Crow. Just put it in the room.
Yeah. And it's like, but that's the thing. It's like certain things, like there was one game where, some of them do this thing where it's like they have like the little miniatures, as the pieces. Some of them do like the little acrylic ones, some of them do like cardboard ones, and it's like you could pay extra to get, the actual resin pieces or whatever. But some of them do this thing called, I think it's called like Sunburst, where it's like you got like a solid color with like gold in it or whatever. It's just like it looks like it sounds, you know what I mean? Like like a Sunburst guitar.
Sunburst, yeah.
Like a Sunburst guitar. Yeah, like where it's like darker on the outside but brighter in the middle. I'm like, okay, I don't need to spend an extra $50 for those.
Oh, but
I'll take the gray ones. Yeah, I take the gray ones. Sometimes I paint some of them because like that's what you do. But like, this one game came with this big piece that had nothing to do with the game. It was like wasn't a piece for the game. It was just something extra to have for like another like almost $200. I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. But no, you don't need it.
Yes, you do. Like the devil pops up. You want it.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly it. It's like it's like tapping me. It's like, dude, come on,
man. It's just you already invested 500.
Yeah,
that's another 200.
Exactly, and it's like
stop being a pussy. Just fucking give.
Yeah, and it's like listen, it's like, dude, I know it's Kickstarter, and I know once the campaign ends, you got to pay it all in full. I mean, but what's $600?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you do GameFound, at least they have like
a payment plan,
and I'm like, all right, some of those I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'll do the payment plan. So they're only taking out like $100. So they're only taking out $100 a month for the next 7 years. You know what I mean?
Cut your flanks. They take a little bit at a time.
Yeah, it's like $100 a month for the next 7 years. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
At
least you don't have to wake up with one whole ass cheek gone.
But dude,
where'd my ass cheek go?
Dude, it's also so crazy because there are certain like Kickstarters I'll see where people are charging like thousands of dollars for like the full whatever the fuck it is they're selling, and people pledge it. I'm like, what do you? Why? Like, what do you need that for?
Dude, Legends of the White fucking Dragon.
Yeah.
People are still giving money to it.
That's insane, man. That's insane.
Because the insane part is, yes, that is insane, but what's even more insane is the fact that he's still coming out with updates asking for more money.
Dude, I mean, like
the fucking asshole he needs more money. He's worse than God in corporate churches.
Oh my God, dude. That's like,
my God, man. Dude, like, Aaron Shanky.
I swear, man.
Where is the fucking movie?
It's like, dude, mechanics must look at this dude like, damn, dude, how'd you do that?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. But like, he's unabashedly gatekeeping the fucking movie. Like, put the movie out, dude. I know you're not watching this.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking put the movie out.
Put the fucking movie out.
All the JDF fans want to fucking see this movie.
Dude, how do they have fucking action figures for this movie and the movie's not even out?
And you know what the worst part is?
I have the action figure for this movie.
Right. Because that's not being held up in production. That's, dude, you know there's a good chance that this movie could be a pile of shit.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
And it would really sadden me to know
there's always that fucking risk.
JDF is gone, and his last, his swan song, if you will, is going to be a vomitous pile of fucking filth.
His Street Fighter.
Yeah, his Street.
I hate to put it that way because, dude, Raul Julia is one of those fantastic actors. You know what I mean? You love him. It's like whenever you see, whenever you'd see him in something, it's like, oh, dude, it's him. It's Gomez.
Yeah.
And Street Fighter was his last flick, and that movie was guts. It was complete shit.
It was guts. But you know what? It wasn't the worst. It had an enjoyable factor as far as the cringiness of it.
Yeah, I feel like if
you know what I mean, like it's not so bad. It's great. It's not like Rawhead Rex, but it is a fun. It's a fun movie. Like,
stop shitting on Rawhead, man. I love that movie. I love Rawhead.
Dude, I love that movie with all my heart. But it is one of the worst movies. Like, it's the only movie I've ever seen that's so bad it's brilliant.
But Rawhead is one of those movies that is so quotable, but only among friends. You know what I mean? It's like only among friends and the people who have seen it.
Yeah.
Because there are people who have no idea what this movie is. But it's like if I see somebody doing something gross and you're with me and I go, "Pig, the bloody pig," you know exactly what I'm quoting.
Well, the problem is, dude, I lent it to a friend of mine. And he brought it back to me. He's like, "Dude, this is the worst movie ever." I'm like, "I know. That's the whole. You didn't watch it. All right, I told you to watch it. Like, you didn't watch it in the mindset. I was like, you have to watch it knowing that this movie's garbage, but you have to appreciate just how bad it is because it's brilliant and how bad it is, and it's so quotable." He goes like, "This movie's awful." I'm like, you didn't fucking watch the whole thing, did you?
You didn't watch it. You didn't watch it. It's like you could see the movie.
Get the fuck up.
But did you watch the movie?
Did you actually watch it?
Did you see? You may have seen the movie, but you didn't watch the movie. Yeah, like when Rawhead's running in his head's like,
dude,
yeah, exactly, dude. I remember watching that with you,
like an 80s rocker,
and I think it might have been your first time watching it. But there was that woman in that room where the photographer father walks in and sees her. And she just starts like growling at him. She's like, just starts crying. And I remember you laughing your ass off like, dude, what the fuck was that? It's like she's ready to attack him and now she's crying. Like, what is going on here?
It was the weirdest choice to make. Because like that like as an actor, it's like, why did she choose that? Like the director probably went, just do whatever. And he's like,
it's like, okay, scream. It's like scream, scream, cry, go, action.
Dude,
the priest was the.
It's too late. You went.
But the priest was the best part, though. The priest was the best part of that show,
dude. Ah, yes.
What do you think he's going to do with you? Kill me. I hope. They called him Rawhead. Rawhead.
Dude, why did he do that? I just don't understand. Like, what made him choose that? Why would you just go?
Oh I stood there and watched that thing kill my son. Yeah, we all saw you stand
I
there
saw
and
you.
watch that thing kill your son.
I saw you close that gate. You wanted no smoke.
Yeah, I saw you trying to push the gate open when you were supposed to be pulling. We all saw you.
He didn't want to fuck around to find out because you saw him. Dude, when he stopped, he was like, I can make another.
Yeah, exactly, man. Total hopper move, man.
Yeah. Fucking dude.
Bob Newton's about to die.
Move.
All right, one bullet at a time. Yeah. Sorry, Bob.
Dude,
you know that dad was, and it's like they don't even touch up on it, but you know that dad was scared as fuck when he saw Rawhead Rex eating his son. He's like, yeah, you know what? We can make another one.
Giant mutant fucking rock star dog. Demon dog. You're not getting in that.
Yeah. It's like the next scene, he's going to be like, we're not going to take it.
Dude, or like the eyes when he starts hypnotizing him. Round and round.
Dude, and like, you know, of course, the scene with the priest where it's like, ooh, I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of here. There's nothing here for you. You fuck. Yo, get the fuck out of here. You'll be very fucking glad. That's just a gift for you.
Gift for you.
You know, like.
Dude, it's the best.
But again, it's like, what were you thinking? Like, come on.
Dude, there's nothing better than when Rawhead's peeing on him. Oh, yes. Take me when he fights him. Take me, my lord.
Yeah.
But I don't remember all the lines.
Get the fuck up the stairs. You can't keep God waiting. He's like kicking him up the stairs and shit, like fucking.
I can't. It's so profoundly. It's just so. It really is. It's so comedically. I just don't like. You know that wasn't the intent. Like you know they were making a serious movie,
right? Yeah.
And yet somehow that came out. Like it was like.
It's a like what were you thinking kind of movie. Like what were you thinking?
Did Clive? Did he didn't direct that? Did he?
I think he did. Time to look into it.
Yeah, dude, you got to look that up because
That's what Go Ogle's for.
I do remember like Go Ogle.
Go Ogle.
You googly.
Rawhead!
How are they supposed to learn how to read if they can't even fit into the building?
So let's see what we got here. Director George Pavlo, writer Clive Barker.
Okay, so once again, he just wrote. I'm glad he didn't direct that because I love Clive Barker, and that really would have been Like don't get me wrong. If that movie was made intentionally to be what it is, it's one of the most brilliant movies ever. But the problem is, you watch it and you know it wasn't meant. That wasn't done sardonically. Like that wasn't done. That was not done facetiously. Like they were making a real horror movie.
What do you think he's gonna do with you when he's done? Kill me. I hope. Dude, like you talk about like over the top acting, you know. It's like when you think of like Eric Freeman in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, it's like you look at that, it's like, dude, that's kind of over the top. But that's one of the things that made that movie classic. But this guy like really fucking ran with it, man. It's like, what are you gonna do? What's he gonna do with you? When
dude, he Richard braked himself, man. It's when overacting goes wrong. Like when you're in the middle, right? Like you're in the middle, you're in that road, right? And you're like, okay, I could walk the line. Or I could really underdo it, you know, or I could just overdo it. But when you overdo it, there's that duality. It's that you're in another fork. It's the fork of palatability. Like how palatable can you make this? Like you're either gonna go Richard Brake, right? Or you're gonna go, oh, I'm a vitamin. Like because
what? Because I'm a vitamin. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's my joke on it. But but Al Pacino's the only one that could take the overacting aspect and make it enjoyable. Because, dude, one of the best movies is Devil's Advocate. And when he's just going out there. Now, I don't remember what he says. I always say, I'm a vitamin. But when he starts going on that rant, when he starts yelling at him, when he divulges that he's Satan and and he's like, I'm your dad, think about it, you know, and he starts going over it, he's like,
think about it,
dude,
I
remember what I told you about pressure.
I haven't seen that movie since it came out on like
Vanity, my favorite sin. Dude, I love that movie.
Actually, no, I think I might have seen that one in the theater. I just don't remember much about it, you know, because like I remember not really liking it when it came out.
Really?
So
You didn't like it at all?
It's one of those movies that I would have to watch again.
It is a movie
I
that grows
guess.
on you, but I mean, it was just a fun movie when I first watched it, and then you really get to appreciate the nuances of it, like Pacino's role, Jeffrey Jones being that little scumbag like he always is, and then I love Keanu, but Keanu with a Southern accent is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever.
Well, dude, Keanu.
I mean, you
tried
wait
to
till now because your timing is impeccable.
dude. I mean, Keanu trying to do like any accent other than the way he talks.
Other than
is just kinda like-
whoa,
yeah, because it's like.
I love Keanu, man. Like,
Oh, so do I, dude. So do I. I mean, like, dude, I love the John Wick movies. I don't know if you've seen all of them.
Still have. Unfortunately, I still have yet to watch them.
Dude, the first two were fucking phenomenal. I mean, the first one was phenomenal.
Oh, they
First
got
one
his
was
dog,
fucking-
right?
Yeah.
The David Lee Roth story. No, you don't have the dog.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
School tomorrow?
Long night.
You got school tomorrow?
Hey man, you want a beer, man?
But yeah, the first one was phenomenal. Second one was such a fucking great follow-up. Part three was good, just not. I don't think it was the best one in the franchise, and part 4 was really good too.
Damn, I didn't realize there was a part 4.
Well, there's also sort of a part 5, because part 4,
elaborate.
Part 4 set it up for basically a spin-off movie.
Oh, so is it like a girl now does it?
Yes. I mean, you kind of, yeah, that usually is
the climate these days.
Yeah, and it's like I knew right away at the end of it because it was like just the way it ended. I'm like, okay.
Was she ready to go watching him kill something? Like, I'm going to do that too.
Well, it was one of those things where, okay, so like the whole John Wick coming out of like being a fucking hitman retirement was because some dude fucking
killed his dog,
yeah. And by the end of part 4, this woman who becomes, this spin-off movie, like they killed her father. So it's like you kind of know already that she's.
So they already set the stage.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, it's like you kind of see her at the end of the last John Wick movie, and I'm like, all right, she's going to be the next,
like blatantly, like overtly set the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
No subtlety here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what it is? It's like that's how Hollywood is, though. It's like they squeeze all these fucking IPs dry as they fucking can. They try to stretch it as much as they fucking can, but at least. I can honestly say, at least from my opinion, that the John Wick movies were consistently good.
Yeah.
I could sit there and watch all 4 of those movies and be like, this is a good movie.
But the problem is this.
Especially the first one.
It's larger than this movie, or the series, whatever you want to call it. It's once again, no movie in Hollywood is safe from the myriad of agendas that I play. And it's always an amalgamation. So like I've told you many times in regards to goddess worship that exists. And I'm saying this as a person myself who loves female characters. I have no contention with that.
Yeah,
but
of course
it is.
Not.
We are under heavy. Everything is goddess worship. So all the men now have to bow down and then hand over the torch to some woman who's now going to be the goddess that everyone's going to worship. That's why if you've ever noticed with everything, especially with like really tainted IPs, like Marvel under Disney, like everything is just vomitously, unabashedly, just goddess worship among many other, how do you want to put it? Adjacent agendas that are connected to it.
Well, because I feel like the thing is, it's like it doesn't feel like a natural progression
because it's not. I mean? That's the problem.
Well, that's exactly it,
and they don't even take the time to.
Right, and I think that's one of the things that like people have the issue with. It's not like another female character. It's like no, we don't. Nobody has problems with female characters, but it's like when you just like
stamp it in.
Yeah, because it's not like, and I'm not saying that every character needs to like be built up in order to be a character. It's like you could bring out like any superhero or fucking whatever character. And it's a female, it's like nobody has a problem with that. It's just there was just like this whole push all at once where it's like no, like no one's saying that women aren't strong. No one's saying that we don't like female characters. It's like you're just kind of like making this happen for a reason other than to entertain.
Right. Well,
you really just want everybody to like just be like, oh, this is fucking gold. This is great. It's like if a movie sucks, it sucks.
Yeah.
That's my big problem because like I've seen a lot of movies. Man. You know that up until like a year ago, I was going to the movies all the fucking time. But the problem is, it's like the movie started sucking
Yeah.
because it's like they're really just trying to push something that like
Well, they're
it's
sticking the the square peg in the round hole.
exactly. They're focusing less on the actual entertainment and just focusing more on just,
The cultural
pushing something.
sodomy of the world, like just
Yeah, and it's just not it's not fun anymore.
and that's dude. And just to add to that point, like more of like a visual barometer, because like the contention I have is if you want to make a character take over the role or be the spiritual successor to a character, there's a semblance of graduation. Like it doesn't have to be instantaneous, of course, but everything is done so crudely and instantaneously. So like in other words, there's no actual natural organic buildup to it. It's kind of like you want it, like you have tea and you want coffee, and someone just takes a handful of coffee beans and throws it in your fucking cup and goes, "Here, you got coffee now." It's like,
Right. Yeah.
no, you gotta let's grind the beans. Let's put it in the pot. Let's actually
Yeah.
brew it, let it percolate, so we actually have an organically grown new cup. And they don't do that now. And they just kind of it's that immediate switch, like that bait and switch almost. And then it's like, well, you have to like this now. Because
Yeah.
if you
And
don't, you're the asshole.
exactly. And it's like because now it's like again, nobody like you and I at least like I feel like I know I could speak for both of us. We don't take issue with strong female characters. We don't.
No, you particularly,
But
I love strong female
yes,
characters.
exactly.
I'm a big fan of them.
Right. But the thing is though, it's like when you have like your strong female character next to someone who is normally a strong male character and you dumb down his character just to make her shine, it's like, yo, it's like these two characters would work together and figure shit out together while both being fucking smart and both being able to do it together
Yeah.
rather than having her figure it all out because he's a fucking bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
That becomes a problem for people. It's like, yo, why did you make this guy a fucking dumbass? Because you're trying to push the women up, and that's fine. But it's like, yo, let's work together. Let's fucking do this together. And you're destroying
also,
that.
dude, that's also a product of modern feminism because
Yeah.
in modern feminism, it's not just empowering women because the concern to empower women is not there. It's the illusion of that because their basis or their methodology to empower women is to bring down the man. The woman can't exist unless they bring down the man. And that's what you
Right.
see. You see that product of it. It's always right. Like they make the guy what? Inept, moronic, or like kind of like an old dinosaur where he can no longer, bear the crux of what he was doing. And it's like, well, same thing when they broke the family apart, right? Like when you go back in the 80s when they really started making the father an idiot and then the mom was kind of just promiscuous and like lascivious and then
Yes.
and then the daughter was smarter than the always outsmarted the parents, and that's where they really started breaking the family up, culturally.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest, one of the precursors to it, I mean, I love the show. I'm not shitting on the show, but it's one of the ones that opened that door was Married with Children.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I love that show, but
me too.
It did when it got popular. It was like, oh, we can actually really, start fucking fist feeding people this, agenda. Like, let's break up, let's make the father a moron, and let's, make him incapable of being a father or the head of the household, and let the women reign supreme while they cause absolute chaos because they're being Lilith. They're representing that.
Yeah.
That archetype. It was brutal, man. Like, I mean, we can go on and on. I mean, the minutia of that is insane.
Yeah, well, you see it in all of those TV shows, and it's like even rewatching like older TV shows, it's like you see it in there too, and it's like a lot of the times like it's the man who's the star of the show because it's like at that time it was like you got a comedian who's really funny. It's like, yo, let's put this guy in TV. And then he becomes like a father in the show and he's a bumbling idiot. He's a dumbass. It's like, I love Home Improvement, but like Tim was always like fucking shit up. But I mean, look, of course, all these characters had their high points, had their moments where like they did the right thing, where they were highlighted for doing something good. But for the most part, it was like, it's like when I watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Love the show, fucking hate Deborah. Because she was always up Ray's ass about something, always making him feel and do or say something stupid. Even though, of course, there were times he did the wrong thing, but like she was just always up his ass. Like even when he was doing something that wasn't
Yeah, she's
wrong.
always there to deride him and everything he
Yeah.
did, right? I never
Yeah,
watched the
'cause, like,
show, but I'm just
well, all right. There was an episode where Robert, the brother, he was going to therapy. You know, he was seeing a psychiatrist, and they were saying how, like, hey, you know, how about Ray and Frank go with him? You know, Ray, his brother, Frank, his father.
oh yeah.
Why don't you all go together, whatever? And it's like they're like, fine, let's do it, whatever. Who cares? They get to the office, and you know, Frank, the father's like, all right, let me know how it goes. He's like, wait, you're not staying? He's like, no, I'm going to the you know, they end up all going to the racetrack, and in trying to come up with a story about how their session went, they actually started talking. They actually started going through their issues with each other, and they actually made progress among themselves. So, like, they get back, find out that that the doctor died. It was in the paper, and like the women, you know, Marie, Deborah, and Robert's wife. Why can't I think of her name right now? Amy. They're sitting there, like, wait a minute, he's dead. It's like, who have they been seeing? And they're like, tell them, like, look, yeah, we haven't been going to the doctor, but we've been going to the track, but we figured things out. Like, it really just took like them all just being together. And it's like Amy and the mother, they're both like, oh, you know, that's good. You know, all right, I'm still upset, but I'm glad that you guys were able to. But Deborah, of course not. It's like, get away from me. Don't touch me. I'm like, you're a fucking cunt. You know what I mean? It's like, you got this guy who you're always telling to like work things out with his brother and like, you know, spend time with his brother and his father. It's like, that's what men need to do. Like, they need to be with each other and fucking just be guys. And that stuff will come out eventually. You know, guys can talk about shit. Not everybody thinks they can. It's like, yeah, we're guys. We do laugh at farts and burps and all that shit. You know, we do the oh. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, there is a part of us that's that fucking, like, you know, grunting Neanderthal. But it's like, we do have feelings, you know, we have hearts.
If I pick, do I not bleed?
I mean, but that's exactly it, though. It's like, you and I hung out last night, and I was telling you some shit that I was like dealing with, and there's nothing wrong with that, because guys can do that shit, because, you know, guys might, like, you know, bust each other's balls. We'll bust each other's balls, but if a dude's hurting or a dude needs some advice, we get serious. We just, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
that's just how we are. We'll always bust each other's balls, but
no, it's in our blood, dude. We have to.
But when there's a dude in need, we're there. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you need, bro?
Yeah, 100%, as they say.
100%.
It got a use. We got a use out of it.
Oh, dude, for real, man. Though that shit just like, you know, it kind of gets to me, because it's like, when they did that shit in that show, and like Deborah was still like pissed off at him, it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because she's fastidious. There's no
and it was just so annoying.
Dude, that not that aspect of it, but what we were talking about earlier. It reminds me of the show Rock. Do you remember Rock? Charles Dutton.
I remember Rock. I never watched it really.
Okay.
But I remember, like, I've seen it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember like watching an episode here and there, but it wasn't like, oh, Rock's on tonight, I gotta watch it. You know.
It was a cool show, but what I remember watching a video not too long ago on YouTube about, there was an episode with Clifton Powell, who I love. You know, Pinky from Next Friday, Friday After Next.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Great actor. He's been in a myriad of things, but I love him as Pinky. It's like so much. And he was in that, and he played like I think like a crack dealer. And the point I'm getting at with this is, like, with Rock was, Charles Dutton was like very adamant about, he wanted to show, like, you know, with values, you know, like where you actually instill in values, you know, to people watching it, not just placating to like the stereotypes of black comedy and family comedies. Like, he actually wanted to make the show, and the show was really good because of that. And like, when I watched that video, just showing the dichotomy of that situation of Clifton Powell trying to sell, and Rock confronted him, trying to get him to better his life and stop selling that crap, you know, and it really hit on those overtones that you know, really are so pervasive throughout that whole like cultural normity that it is, you know. It's like, you don't see that anymore, because everything is just all like, it's that formulaic, you know, like, we're going to just punch in this is the type of show it is, so we're just going to do what's expected of us. And it's not about values anymore. You know, it's not about actually instilling values or trying to be the moral barometer. You know, it's just, let's just go all in under the depravity, you know, and just it's sad, man. Because it's the same thing, you know. this all, goes in hand with the shows we were talking about, like Married with Children and all that stuff. It's you watch the degradation of it, and it becomes mindless entertainment at a certain point because you're not actually learning anything. You get it's like the levels or degrees of like Jerry Springerism. It's like how much trash TV you're going to make it. It's
well, I mean, dude, you see it all over TikTok and Instagram. It's like this is how low entertainment has gotten.
Oh, dude, and with TikTok too, dude. We're talking about stupid human tricks on steroids.
Oh, dude, come on.
It's just gesturism at this point.
Dude,
it's gesturism.
What the fuck was that shit that you sent me?
Which one?
The guy with cheese in his nose, dipping his fries in his nose and eating it.
The performance artist?
Did he really? Does he legitimately call himself a fucking performance artist?
That moron has the temerity to actually label himself a performance artist. Dude, putting cheese in your nose and then taking the sticks and eating them out of that is not performance art. I know art's subjective, but
it's a performance.
But I can objectively say that's not performance art. That's you doing stupid shit. That's like taking a video of yourself wiping your ass in the toilet and being like, "Look, it's performance art," and you'll get like 50,000 views and likes. You want more? Next week I'll do the next cheek.
And that's the thing, man. It's like you try to put out you try to put out something good or something funny that you actually think out, and it's like, no one cares about that. They just want the stupid shit. But it's like, and that other guy that you sent me that same day looked like Kurt Russell on crack.
Dude, he looked like Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell was the desert. Like the salt flats, like the cracked earth and everything. If Kurt Russell was an actual desert, this is the guy.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking.
And I never seen a guy that had no teeth. It looked like he had teeth, but looked like he had no teeth.
Yeah, dude, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this guy? Why do you look not
have
that?
Yeah, how do you have teeth
what
but not have
made
teeth?
You? What happened?
What AI model destroyed you?
It's like he looked like a fucking foot. He looked like a dry, cracked foot heel. What the fuck was that?
Dude, he looked like if a prune was a human.
Yeah, dude, he looked like those feet, those cracked feet that you see on the Tiger Balm labels and shit.
He looked like this could happen to you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like use the Tiger Balm on your face, or you'll look like this cracked, gross, brown, cracked, disgusting, dirty.
He looked like my grandfather's old moccasins.
Somebody walked all over that 40
my
miles of bad road.
For you. Just a bad road. 40 miles of bad road.
Dude, that's more your line.
It is
that's the first time I've ever actually said it out loud.
Other than
quoting somebody, other than quoting that dude that was on, I think it was Jenny Jones. There were, I remember. I remember. It's another thing I remember watching with you because the kid looked like Beavis and Butthead. He had blonde hair, but he had Butthead's face. Yeah. And there was this chick. There was this woman on the stage, not a very attractive woman, but it was an episode on guys are afraid to talk to me because I'm so attractive. But he raised. It's like when they would get comments from the crowd. He's like, yeah, this is the woman on the end. You look like about 40 miles of bad road. I just remember him making that face. Everybody's clapping and laughing. It's like, well, you can't handle this. You can't handle this, little boy.
Yeah, I love that's always their response. Their Pavlovian response is, you can't handle this. Nobody wants to handle it. The devil wouldn't handle that.
You're right. My car can't handle you.
This is why your carcass is traversing the earth, because the devil doesn't even want you. So you stay up there. You fucking giant boiled egg.
It's like somebody put you together upside down.
Dumpty.
How'd your ass get on your chest?
Humpty Dumpty. How'd the beans get above the Franks?
How'd you get the beans above the Frank? I said that to Keith David when I met him.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
I wasn't going to do it. I was nervous to do it because it's fucking Keith David.
Did you remind me of the white chicks? You said it, but you thought it.
But
you were thinking it, but you said it.
Well, because like I said, whenever I go to a convention, it's you got to make your moment. You know what I mean? You gotta. It's if you really want to have an experience,
you got to
with
make
somebody. It's
100%.
You have to. Yeah, you have to engage. You're the one who has to create that because they're not gonna. It's they'll say hello, they'll be like, "How you doing?" Whatever. But it's if you want to have a real conversation or a real moment with them, it's you got to do it.
Yeah.
So I do it every time, it's there are very few people that I've met that you could tell it's picture and go, picture, autograph and go. You know, like when I met Steven Dorff, cool fucking meeting him, but like I didn't want to push too much.
Fucking Dorff.
You know
man.
what I mean? Like, dude,
Yeah.
fucking Cliff Spab. You fucking kidding me? Dude, it was so fucking cool meeting him.
Yeah, but dude,
I love him as an actor, you know?
no, I love him too, but like I indirectly had the weird moment with him.
Yeah, I know.
The fucking stare. Like that was the
Yeah, but just because you know what it is about Steven Dorff is like I always feel like he just picks and chooses his movies, you know?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't just like jump into anything.
No,
And
but I
whenever
like
see
I have
him-
no problem with him. Like,
Absolutely not. Yeah,
Great actor,
dude.
man.
Dude.
Deacon Frost, great character, man.
He's the reason that I liked Leatherface, the prequel Texas Chainsaw movie.
Dude, The Gate.
And he was
As a
great.
kid. Great movie, man.
Dude, he was even in Roseanne. He was like the dude that Becky was like into, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long was he? Was he in an episode or
He was
throughout
only in
the
like
season?
he was only in 2, maybe 3 episodes. You know? I mean, dude, so was Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire was in 1 episode.
Fucking Toby. I hate Toby.
Yeah. Fucking and oddly enough, Tobey Maguire was also in SFW. You know, he was the dude that like he was one of the 2 dudes that were sitting at the bus stop on the bench smoking weed.
Yeah,
And Cliff's like he just like starts smoking their weed with them and he walks away with the joint. He's like, yeah, it was Cliff Spab, man. He took my joint. He took my joint. I rolled it. You know,
I started the wave. That was me.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, but when it came to Keith David, like I was on the line with my cousin. I'm like, dude, I'm going to say, how'd you get the beans above the Frank? And he's like, yeah, do it. I'm like, no, I'm not really going to do that because it's Keith David, man. You know, it's like,
Keith
looked,
David's
yeah,
I love Keith David.
dude,
I would love to meet him.
Dude, of course, man. So like, I looked at him, and I was like, you know, I was going to say something. My cousin told me I should, but I don't know if I want to.
Just go.
He just gives me this look, and I'm just like, how'd you get the beans above the Frank? And he just busted out laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it worked. You know, like, because like you never know like how somebody's going to react to you, like saying one of their lines to them, you know? So, and it was cool because like you know, later on, like he got up to like go to the bathroom, whatever, and he walked by me, he like patted me on the shoulder, and I'm like, he remembers me, you know?
Dude, if I was going to say a line to him, it'd be one of my favorite lines from.
Oh, I know which one you're going to say.
Yeah. Would you look at that? Somebody threw away a perfectly good white boy. Dude,
I'm so glad, and I know this is crazy. After all these years, finally watched that movie in its entirety.
For those Men at Work,
Men
one
at
of
Work,
the funniest
yeah.
movies. One of my all-time favorite movies. I've watched it a million times. It's phenomenal, and Keith David is no exception to the phenomenal nature of it. It's
like
one of my favorite characters. Like he was provoking me,
dude. Like I'm sure you have not seen the movie Nope.
No, I mean I know of it. Once again, I have this cringe factor with Peele's movies, and I just don't want to watch them.
Well, see, I wanted to give it a shot. You know what I mean? Because I liked.
Well, you already invested. You watched Get Out. You watched Us, right?
I thought
or
Get Out was good.
Us, I don't remember.
Well, yeah, Get Out was first, and I thought it was a good flick. I liked it. You know, it was a creepy movie. Something that I liked. Then Us came out, and I'm like, all right, you know, Get Out was good. Let's check this one out because I like the idea of Us. The movie Us had a good idea, you know, about how there are these like other beings who are basically us in like an upside down world, basically mimicking what we're doing, but they can't like speak or anything like that. They're basically like connected to us, and they can't really, you know, get away from it unless, you know, they find a way out, you know, which is basically what happens in this movie. I figured out like what the twist was going to be when I watched it. You kind of figure it out in the beginning if you're really paying attention.
The little clues.
Dude, the idea, fucking great idea. As far as the execution goes, is where I felt it was lacking. Could have been a better movie. Love the actors in it. Yeah, love the actors in it. Everybody was, you know, great cast. Just I just didn't like the movie that much. Then when I was like, all right, when it comes to his movies at this point, even though, you know, he directed 2 horror movies and really not much else. I mean, when it came to Candyman, he only co-wrote it. So like, I'm like, all right, I'll check out Nope. Why not? And as, you know, the opening scenes coming, I see Keith David's name on the screen. I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. This is going to be great. Dude, like 5 minutes into the movie, Fucking dies.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Now I got to watch this whole movie without him?
Yeah.
Like, what the
I didn't
fuck?
watch the movie to begin with.
Exactly. Like, I didn't know much about the movie. I didn't know who the actors were. I just knew that Jordan Peele directed it. So I was like, okay, let me check it out. You know, maybe this will be better than Us. Some people love it, some people hate it, but that goes with every fucking movie. So sat down and watched it. I'm like, Keith David, fucking A, man. I'm not moving from this seat. No fucking breaks. If I gotta pee, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Dead. Fuck it. Gotta go to the bathroom. Gonna smoke half a pack of cigarettes. I'll be back for the rest later. You know? That's it. Game over.
Dude, but he's a draw for me, man. Like, I will watch a movie if he's in it.
Yeah.
And I would be pissed if he's just a little side character. I'll be like...
And I'll also say this, man. No one deserves it more. He's getting that star on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
When I saw like his reaction to it, like when he was announced, like his like shock, I was like, oh my God,
like,
dude,
it was nature,
so...
like
It was so wholesome. Like he was genuinely happy. It even looked like he might have been tearing up a little bit, but like, dude, congratulations, Mr. David. You fucking deserve it. You know,
kind of pissed that he took this long for the
star. Of course, dude.
She got that star like 20 years ago.
Yes, totally agree. But listen, and I
better late than never.
Yeah, I don't mean to sound morbid by saying
this. Is that the
this.
Titanic? Better late than never.
I don't mean to sound morbid by saying this. I'm glad that he is living to see this day, to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
I was about to say the same thing. It's,
you know, God bless him. I'm fucking so happy for him. He totally deserves it. Yeah, he deserved it sooner than later. But the fact that he got it and we got to see his reaction, his reaction to it, like it made it even better because he was so like me, you know, it's just so great, man. But you know me, man. You know, one of my favorite movies with Keith David is They Live.
Of course.
My favorite Carpenter flick, period.
Yeah.
We both love Carpenter. Yeah. We both love...
And dude, I love They Live too. It's not my favorite, but I'll put it in my top 5. Yeah.
It was, well, because I saw that when I was a kid. You know, at like it was either at my uncle's house or we borrowed it from my uncle, and I just fucking fell in love with that movie. Yeah. Just loved it. And people often talk about like the fight scene, saying that it's like one of the worst cinematic fight scenes ever, just while while Roddy Piper's trying to get the glasses on Keith David.
Put him on!
Yeah.
Just the way they're beating the living shit out of each other.
Yeah.
For like 10 minutes.
Dude, and when I was a kid, I was so like nervous when he was like, when, you know, Keith David fell on the floor and hit his head. I'm like, oh my God.
Because on his head?
Yeah, because because he's bald. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's got to be worse to fall on the floor with a bald head. But, you know, Fright Rags, like they're putting out like a reproduction, like made from like the original, like it's like from the original prop glasses of those glasses. Like I'm on the email list. Yeah. Like, you know, I'm going to get those.
Of course.
Dude, because like They Live is another board game that I have. And they came with these glasses that basically, you remember like back in the day, like if you had like a box of cereal, and it had like
the free like the
like the glasses that when you put them on, it reveals like some kind of like message on the back of the box.
Stuff like that,
so it's like so like that's what this is for that game. But like to get glasses that are made from like the original prop, you know, like that's fucking awesome.
Oh, you know, absolutely.
Kind of like
because it's we both love the movie. The movie's great. Like it's
yes.
And like I myself would not mind getting those glasses of fucking, because they, you know, it's just the whole premise behind the glasses, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And
put them on, woman. Take them off, formaldehyde face, whatever. Or put them on.
See, you're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
Formaldehyde face. Yeah, I love Piper was fucking great, man.
You know, there was supposed to be a sequel to that. Like they were going to make a sequel to that. That's crazy. I mean, I'm kind of glad they didn't, because like where can you go from there that would and have it still be a good flick?
It's an excellent question, because I don't know where you can go from there, because it kind of told the story.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe it was like all those, you know, formaldehyde face people, fucking
formaldehyde.
Yeah, maybe they all they run the world or some shit. I mean, that's the whole point of the movie, is that they like basically, you know, run the world and shit. But I even have a T-shirt from Fright Rags that I think it has like a word bubble that like you can only see when you put light on it. You know,
Black light or light?
like light. See, like I'm trying to remember how it worked. Yeah,
Like, is it
no,
light
it's like,
reactive or is it because like black
it's light
reactive?
reactive. Because like I think when you take a picture of it, it comes out.
Mm.
You know, or some shit like that. Which fucking awesome idea. I think it just says we got one that can see.
Yeah,
You know, it's that scene. It's like this one, real fucking ugly. Like I love that line more than the bubblegum line. The bubblegum line is an iconic line. You know, I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Yeah.
That truly is an iconic line.
Absolutely, man. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Rowdy Piper came up with that line himself.
Did he ad-lib that?
Yeah, I think he did because I think he actually like wrote that for like a wrestling promo. And I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that
once again makes sense if that was true. Yeah.
I think that was supposed to be like something that was supposed to be part of like one of his like wrestling promos, and he just used it for the movie, and it fucking worked. Dude, it worked out well because it's one of those lines like garbage day that everybody fucking knows what the fuck it is. You know,
it's impossible to not know it, you know?
Yeah. Dude, like it's also one of those movies that like, I really hope that they never remake, you know, that would be such a fucking travesty.
Actually, it's funny you say that because I have not a story, but a movie I want to talk about in a second. Go ahead.
No, that's all I was going to say. I mean, like, so
I know. Cause I was going to say, because speaking of like that aspect and Carpenter, I was watching a movie last night before I went to sleep, and I was scrolling on YouTube, right? And it was a movie, one of those things where it says 2003, I See You, and I as in IYE, and 2003 Sylvester Stallone. So I was like, oh, a Stallone movie from 2003? Fuck it, let's put it on. And, you know, I started it, and it was okay. It was one of those, like, thriller kind of movies.
So, I'm sorry, but I See You was the name of the movie?
Well, that's what it was named. That's what it was labeled.
Okay.
In the video.
All right.
In looking it up, I was naturally, you know, me, I always have to go to the filmography. So I was like,
of course, yeah.
IMDb, and it's technically named Detox, as in D-Tox.
Okay.
So, but I guess I See You was, you know, like some like movies have like titles that are in Europe, or titles like in video, and like this different titles for
or like years later they changed the name of it. I've seen so many movies where they changed the name of it.
Dude, there's so many movies on Tubi that are under another title. You know, like that. It's like one of those alternate titles, and I'm looking up the movie and I can't find the damn movie.
Yeah, I mean, see, like I remember this made-for-TV movie. I know it's weird. Justine Bateman was in, like, you know, when she was like big, you know, while she was on Family Ties.
Yeah,
she was she was in this like traveling band, and the name of the movie was Satisfaction. But it's like if you look it up on IMDb, I think they changed the name to like Girls of Summer or some shit like that. They may have changed it back to Satisfaction or something like that.
It's such a drastic difference. That's the problem when you look it up.
Yeah, well. Because like the reason it was named Satisfaction is because like, you know, they did like cover songs, and Satisfaction by Rolling Stones was one of the songs that they did.
Yeah.
Kind of like this movie, kind of like Bad Manners.
Yeah.
The movie Bad Manners, it's like you look it up, it shows up as Growing Pains. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah. It's weird. But this movie is no except. This is just like that. It's
okay. So
it's technically Detox. And it's a thriller and very short. I mean, it's not a groundbreaking movie by any means, but the concept of the movie is the reason I'm bringing it up. In the very beginning, it's Stallone is an agent, and he's like going after like some serial killer is targeted at him, and then like kills his wife in a certain way, and then he gets, you know, from losing his wife, he kind of, you know, crashes out, as we say now.
Yeah,
and
dead ass.
Yeah,
dead ass crashes out.
Now, dead ass. But there's the cast. There's a great variety of notable actors in varying degrees of notoriety and fame. Like Charles Dutton's in it. Robert Patrick's in it. Tom Berenger's in it. Sean Patrick Flannery was even in it. Even Stephen Lang from Avatar fame. You know, like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, with Stephen Lang, I only knew him from like when Avatar came out. It's hard to separate him from that role, the general. So, knowing he's an actor and he made movies before that, I only knew him from Avatar. So whenever I see an older movie, I'm like, oh, it's him. It's the general.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm looking at the IMDb right now, and it's like, dude, even Chris Christopherson.
Yes, Chris Christopherson. Yes.
Wow, man.
Dude, it's a great cast. Now the actors are great. The plot, meh. And the dialogue is pretty poor, but I'm gonna say subpar, but it's very mid. And what got me with the movie was I started watching it. So Chris Christopherson he runs like this detox center. Like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's like this giant like facility in the middle of like the Arctic. And they go there, and it's like people that have like they go there to literally like detox, like to get over the trauma that they're going through and to get, back on their feet, so to speak. And while he's there with all those people, like Robert Patrick and all of them,
Yeah.
a serial killer's there. And as you're watching the movie, it's becoming it goes from a slow roll to a speed walk of the Thing. It just becomes the Thing.
Okay.
Just instead of the alien, it's a serial killer. But like they're in the snow, one guy one guy disappears, another guy disappears, and then it's the whole subterfuge, and then who are you? Then there's the lack of trust and everything, and it's like, oh my god, they just literally they're just making the Thing. This is just the Thing. Like it's just the Thing. It's just we'll make the Thing, but just it'll be a British serial killer instead of an alien. And the movie sort of it became really shitty by that point. I was like, because my brain shut down, because you know how much we both love the Thing, and just watching like a movie now try to just blatantly do a facsimile of it, just you just immediately start, like you have that confirmation bias. You're like, oh well, I'm not. I watched this at the end, and it wasn't bad, but and I love Sylvester Stallone, but not a winner of a movie.
Yeah, I mean, looking through the list of actors, man, Jeffrey Wright's in that too, man.
Dude, it's a bevy of great actors.
Jeffrey Wright is such a fucking great actor, man. Like, you ever see Shaft, the one with Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Dude, he was fucking great in that movie. I fucking loved him in that movie. That guy can like do anything. Jeffrey Wright. I love him. But
yeah, proof that great actors can't save a movie.
Yeah. See, I have not seen that other The Thing movie, the one that's supposed to be like a prequel.
Sequel? Well, the prequel.
No, it's supposed to be a prequel.
Yeah.
To the John Carpenter one.
Yeah.
I started watching it. Yeah, I started watching it. I didn't finish it, not because I lost interest or anything. It's one of those things where I'm watching it, get tired, fall asleep, and just didn't go back to it. When you think about like remakes, because like I think it was originally supposed to be a remake, and then they just said, "All right, fuck it, let's just make it a prequel."
Well, isn't there something else that is a sequel?
Well, I see. Like you're the one who told me that it's like there are 3 John Carpenter flicks that are together or some shit.
Oh no, you're talking about the trilogy, yeah. But the trilogy has nothing to do with the Thing as far as the other movies of the Thing.
But isn't the Thing part of that trilogy?
The Thing is part of the trilogy, but the first Thing. Like it's not like, in other words, the trilogy itself was something like the Doomsday or the End of the World trilogy. And so it basically starts with the Thing, then you have the Prince of Darkness, and then you have my favorite movie of all time, John Carpenter movie, In the Mouth of Madness. That's my favorite. I love In the Mouth of Madness. And that's technically a trilogy of John Carpenter's.
Okay, so
Apocalypse trilogy. I don't remember.
Yes, it's the Apocalypse trilogy,
but it's coined. Yeah,
it's the Thing, Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness. Yep.
And I love all 3 movies, and all 3 movies are very unique in their own way. But my favorite of those 3, and my favorite John Carpenter flick of all time, is In the Mouth. I adore that movie. I've watched it 1,000 times, and I'm going to watch it another 1,000 times. And it's just my I love, dude, you know me, I've told you many times, I'm a big fan of Lovecraftian lore and construct.
Yeah.
And just those, I'm always going to be a sucker and drawn to those movies. And that's one of them. Just the end of the world, all those weird Lovecraftian creatures, and like just them bleeding, coming in from the other dimensional rifts, or from like, the ancient ones. I love that concept, and I will watch all those movies about it. Dagon, another movie I love. I've told you.
Oh, dude, yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time. I fucking love Dagon. Yeah.
I can't say that I've read H.P. Lovecraft.
I bought a book, one of many of his stories.
So did I. I just haven't read it.
Yeah, it's on my list. I have like 10.
You go to like Barnes and Noble. They have they usually have like a shelf of like, Barnes and Noble exclusive books where
Yeah.
it's like, they have their own hardcover for it, and it's like a book of H.P. Lovecraft stories, a book of Edgar Allan Poe stories, a book of Dracula. Like it's the book Dracula, but it's like they make their own cover for it, whatever. It's like $20, sometimes 30, whatever. But the thing is, I don't know if it's H.P. Lovecraft that, the character is usually, like the main character is usually like basically the same guy. Nerdy guy with glasses. Dude, short, like brown hair, glasses, because the director, Stuart Gordon?
Yes.
Okay, so Stuart Gordon, like, he did a few of those H.P. Lovecraft movies. He did Dagon. I'm trying to remember what else he did, but
actually, to add, not to cut you off, but to add to that, Stuart Gordon did Dagon, right? And I can't remember the actor's name, Ezra something,
okay,
Ezra something, but he's the nerdy guy in Dagon. And Stuart Gordon and that actor also did The Witch's Room. Remember the Masters of Horror I was telling you about?
Yeah.
They did another Lovecraftian story with the witch in the closet, and he plays a student that rents a room in that house.
Yes, yeah.
So they literally worked together twice. Like they did that, and then they did that, and I love that one. That's one of my favorite movies from Masters of Horror.
Yeah, well, I mean,
on top of Cigarette Burns, which is my favorite. I love Cigarette Burns.
Well, isn't Reanimator also and From Beyond, like, aren't those both also H.P. Lovecraft stories?
They might be. I can't remember. The Reanimator feels like it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Reanimator is,
or like based off of.
Yeah, because like I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like Stuart Gordon. How like we talk about how directors like basically recycle actors and use them. Where
if you like your guys, like you throw them in.
Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton. I don't know if those characters are those characters in the H.P. Lovecraft books, or if it's just Stuart Gordon who chooses them, because
probably Stuart Gordon, I would imagine.
Well, because like even Color Out of Space, that's based off of an H.P. Lovecraft story but the actor in it is Nicolas Cage, but he's got the same look, short brown hair and glasses.
It's probably just like like when writers like to fashion like character out of them, and just they'll just keep fashioning that character, like just like Stephen King. Everything is set in Maine. Everything's like just depraved and coke laden. But I have the problem is I love books, so I buy so many, and it's like this. I have it's hard to get through all of them.
Yeah,
and I have a Lovecraft book. It's like a collection of. I'm trying to remember how many tales. It's
I think I'm looking. I think I'm actually looking at the H.P. Lovecraft compilation book that I got. Yeah, well, because I have I have like nightstands that didn't fit in my bedroom, and I have it in here in the studio. So like I have like a bunch of books on that, like with with bookends, of course. And I think I'm looking at the back of the H.P. Lovecraft one. But the Carpenter flicks.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about like The Thing, and they're, that remake that turned out to be a prequel. When it comes to remakes though, do you think Faces of Death needs a fucking remake?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Does that make sense to you at all?
Well, I look at it as this. We've clearly run our course with original ideas, and we've run our course with remakes. So they finally grabbed something that has yet to have a remake, and we have the classic series from back in the day that we definitely grew up with, and Faces of Death. And that trailer I was dying laughing at how ridiculous that trailer was. It's that guy in the beginning, like punching himself, like, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, see, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's supposed to be like this woman comes upon like these real life death videos, and I don't know where the fuck they go from there, because it looks like there's like a killer in this movie, like a slasher or some shit. And of course, you like, again, you and we're comments people. So it's like, okay, I got to see what other people are saying about this. What the fuck do people think about a Faces of Death remake? Oh, I want to see real death. I want to see real death. Why isn't it real? Why isn't it? I'm like, these people are fucking sick. It was different when we were younger. Like I was able to stomach some of that shit when I was younger, because like the idea of death and like the reality of death didn't really affect me as much as it does now. It's like I can't watch like real death. And people find that weird because I watch slasher movies. I've been to Guar concerts where like the basis of their show is beheading and stabbing and killing people. It's like, yeah, because I know it's fake, I can deal with that. But if I'm watching something and it looks like more realistic, dude, I get like faint. You know, it's like I'm just like, oh my god,
oh god, oh, is that real? Oh, god.
Dude, that's exactly like, because I remember watching. It was when I was watching an episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
the character Gus, like, he starts stabbing one of his own guys in the neck, and just like the way he did it and the way the blow's coming, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, honestly, it was a good thing I was laying down, because I probably would have fallen if I was standing up.
Dude, there's a contextual difference though when you're suspending your disbelief. You know, when you're watching something you know is ridiculous, and then when you see it real. Now, I've been so desensitized to it, it doesn't, like, stuff like that doesn't bother me.
Oh, dude, it really bothers me.
But I have to, like, for those watching, like, if you're not familiar with Faces of Death, it was a series of movies that were purported to be real videos of real death.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it was like hosted by a doctor that I think by the third series, like the third video, he went insane and like killed himself. And then like a new guy came and he hosted it. But it really was actually, the reality is it was all fake. It was,
yeah.
It was,
that was kind
it
of,
it was, you know,
yeah, it was
like
all reenactments.
Reenactments.
Yeah. And it's like, it took away from it. Again, not that I need to see like real people dying, but that was like what made it so like taboo to watch. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, I can't.
But the problem is, back then we watched it. Like, it's weird because I always think of, like, I'm always analyzing things, and like as I analyze, I question. So when you watch a lot of these scenes of like these deaths, you know, throughout the series, I'd watch certain ones. I'm like, you know, this is crazy, but who's filming this right now?
Yeah.
You know, like you were thinking going, there's no way that this is, like, who would just be stopping and filming this? Because it's not like it's a smut film. You know what I mean? You're watching something happen, and you're like, so that's what I started thinking. I'm going, all right, these can't be real. Now, just to add one point to this, there was a series that came out shortly after Faces of Death called Traces of Death.
Yes.
Now, those were actually collections of real footage. Usually news footage, you know, people like going to like accidents and scenes, and you're watching a lot of death where they're not over dramatized because it's actually real. It's real footage of death. Now, those were real. I can't say I haven't watched them in decades, but I can't say if everything was real, but like there was legitimate death in that one. Faces, all of it was reenactments, but it was all ported as real.
Yeah. See, I remember watching Traces of Death at one of our buddies' houses.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, yeah, I got Traces of Death, and I'm like, Traces of Death, and he's like, yeah, this is like the real shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and it was,
and I'm like, okay. And you know, even back then, this is when I was like 18, 19 years old. I was just kind of like watching it, and I'm just like disgusted, but somewhat like, I don't want to say fascinated, but like it was just crazy and interesting, like just seeing it, because it's like, this is real shit. See, like with Faces of Death, like, I get what you're saying, like who's standing there recording it, but there are certain things that you look at and you're like, okay, I could see like a camera crew being there, like the guy, like the people who are protesting and the guy who like set himself on fire. It's like, it makes sense for like a news crew to be where there are protesters.
But I was referring to like you watching something that's clearly not, you know, like wait, if it looks like a movie, it's because it's being filmed like a movie.
Yeah, well, but the thing behind that too was like, you know, it was an old movie, even like when we were watching it. So it's like,
I mean,
we just attributed it to it being old. Yeah. You know, like the smashing of the monkey's brains and eating the monkey's brains. It's like, it's understandable that there wouldn't actually be footage of that because that's illegal. Yeah. It's like, why would you? Yeah, sure, come on, bring the camera in. You're making a documentary, sure, come in,
hammer.
Let's see the shit. Yeah, but like the dude who they electrocuted. I could see there being like a camera crew there for that.
Dude, I think about the magician with that trick it was the weight with the daggers on it. And he was supposed to, you know, extricate himself from his, like, I forget what he had like a straitjacket on and tied. And it turns out that like the rope that was, you know, running up to the weight, there was like a little, I don't know, like as the pulley system, like a little part of it like broke off, and the thing hit him on his head. And then, you know, like, and in the video, it hits his head and it turns sideways. And I remember thinking, wouldn't it just crush his head? I mean, that was like a 80-pound weight with daggers in it. And that's when I started like going, okay, so this is like, and then also when you're seeing the camera like footage like zoom in, I'm going, who the fuck's watching that zoom in when nobody's expecting that? You know, like
Right.
so you start connecting the dots as a kid. You go, okay, so this is all contrived shit.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I appreciate the premise, but it's not real. So I find it hard to find it unsettling. It's more funny to me.
Well, because there was also the video of. See, I don't remember that one. The Magician, was that in the first one? It had to be in like one of the sequels.
Here's the thing: I haven't watched it in decades, so
right.
It's all conflated into one memory for me. So like, I don't remember which one. Maybe the first, second. I don't know. Like I only remember bits and pieces. Like with Traces, I remember two things in particular, which I'm almost certain was from Traces.
Okay.
And one was once again like similar to a news crew coming up to a couple that was swimming in like a lake near a reactor.
Okay.
And the woman had like these giant leeches on her, like these massive leeches, like almost like a foot long, and they were on her arm. And now I could be wrong. I feel like it was Traces, but I remember when they brought it, like they're trying to pull it off, and they came over there like it was like an EMT, whatever, and they were trying to burn it off of her. And I just remember being really freaky. I'm like, because the thought was really
yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm all for like the plausibility of things and the freak factor. So imagine going to the water and having this giant leech attached to you. And then there's another one which I'll relay real quick, and this one I personally found funny. I know it's going to sound messed up, but
it already does.
Yeah, dude. Well, wait.
Fuck,
dude. It's
you're
like
fucked in the head.
It's like a junkyard of some type, like some kind of like a car depot, and a guy's working on the car, and the tire was off, but the car fell off the. I guess it was like jacked up, and it fell off, and it fell like the wheel, like when you take the tire off and you have that whatever that is, that I don't know if it's the axle, whatever you call that round part. That's in the center. It dropped on his leg and it severed his leg mid shin.
Yeah.
So this crew's like the EMTs come in there and they're there and they're trying to put him on the stretcher, right? So the part I found funny, because it was just the way it was they put him on the stretcher. So now his leg is separated below his shin, except for one piece of flesh on the side. So as they're putting him on the stretcher, the leg's hanging there, and the EMT doesn't know what to do with the leg. So he picks it up. He kind of goes, should I put it here? And then he drops it like on the thing. But while he's doing that, the guy's like, ah!
It's fucked up, man.
I know, but it's just like I couldn't help but laugh because like the guy, like the guy's trying to help, but like this guy's screaming and like he just doesn't know what to do with the leg part. And
I mean, dude, there are some of the ones that I remember from Traces of Death. Now, just the first one. I don't think I ever like went any farther than that one. Was the what do you call it? The firing line, like the
firing squad.
Your firing squad. There you go. And they were like
just blasted him, right?
4 or 5 people like against like a dirt wall, basically, like just see a dude's face.
Yeah.
Blow off. Like you see like his head like twitching, and then that freaked me out because there was no blood. You just see like the bone in his cheek. There was that one. There was one that's been like around, and it's even been on TV, but before the impact of, there were these people like about to cross a train track, and there was a camera there just like filming it because they're getting this camera, getting the train going by, whatever. And there was a train that was stopped right by where the people were standing. So like they thought it was okay to cross in front of it, but they didn't realize that another train was coming on the next track. One guy stopped, the girl kept going, smacked her right in the head, and her body flew right into the camera.
Yeah.
Freaks me out every time. There was that. There was...
Dude, the train, I've seen dude, just to add to this point real quick.
Yeah. X
or Twitter.
Yeah.
I've seen so much death on X or Twitter because there's so many videos of that. Like in India, like people try to jump, because in India it's like Mad Max. Like they just they just jump off trains going like 100 miles per hour, and a lot of them eat it. And when you eat it, I can only do that trick once.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's over. Like, and
it's scary shit.
So many people like eat it. Yeah.
See, when you were talking about the car, I thought you were going to talk about the dude whose head got run over by a car. Like, it's the wheel was like on the dude's head.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was, like, after they removed the car, like the dude's head was like curved, like concave. And I was just like, oh my God, that's why. Then there was like one guy in the street that was like suicide by cop. You know, like he was holding a gun, just waiting for the cops to shoot him, and they did. One guy who like attempted suicide,
Yeah.
put a gun in his mouth, shot, didn't die though. Like I guess he missed. Like I don't know how you missed, but yeah, it was just a bunch of shit like in that movie that I was just like, some of that shit just kind of stays with you, even though you don't want it to,
because you can't unsee it. There's no unseeing it.
And dude, like I don't know if you remember there was a website, Consumption Junction. What's your dysfunction?
That was where before all that. That's where you go to watch the worst shit in life. Like,
yeah, dude. I remember
went there many times.
I remember watching one. I think it was like I don't know if he was like a prisoner of war or something, and they were like taping his execution.
It was grisly, dude. That site.
They stuck like one of those. Best way for me to describe it, a Rambo knife in his neck and cut outward, and you just hear him like choking on his own. I'm like, oh god, like what? Like I don't know how people can like sit and watch this and just. It's like I understand desensitizing.
Yeah.
Excuse me if I mispronounce that.
Desensitization.
Yeah. It's like I understand that, but like I get it when it comes to like actual movies, not the real shit. Like I don't think I'll ever be desensitized to the real shit.
It's not. We're not meant to look at that and be like, oh, that's cool. What's next? But morbid curiosity gets you watching. Initially,
yeah, no, dude, I understand that. I mean, listen, if people couldn't look at it, if people couldn't stomach it, you wouldn't have, you wouldn't have people who work in hospitals. You wouldn't have people who work in, the morgues. You know, what
you think about ER like nurses, what have you, like the shit that they've seen.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to have people, doing autopsies and shit like that if they can. I mean, dude, a friend of mine sent me a video of an autopsy. As soon as they made that first cut, nope, sorry, because you see like because they put the scalpel like right here, and it's like they cut, and it's not just like a straight line, like it like opens, and I'm just like, nope, no, thank you, game over.
Speaking of autopsy,
and that person's already dead.
Oh yeah, of course, but it doesn't matter. It's still gross. Because you're looking at the human body. It's the human body, dude. The vessels that we traverse in, you don't want to see the insides of them,
right?
You just don't.
Fair.
Right? It's gross. We're not cars. It's not like you're looking under the hood. Who wants to see all the inner workings?
Yeah.
But dude, speaking of autopsies, remember the Alien to Gray autopsy back in the 90s?
I remember it.
That leaked.
I remember it existing. I don't remember like.
It was fascinating.
I don't think I ever actually watched
it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, like at this point now, it's been decades, so it's like. Yeah, it was fake, but man, at the time, like, growing up and seeing that going, man, this could be real, because it's long before AI. So you're looking at real footage and you're like, man, if that's an actual dummy, with all the inner workings to simulate a body, well done. It was fun, man. Like, just like I've always been like a, UFO nut back in, growing up watching X-Files and shit. So like when that leaked, I was like, or not leaked, but when it showed up on Fox 5, it's like alien autopsy.
Well, dude, I'm more into like the mermaid shit.
Oh, like, you remember that get fucking, to the mermaid? Dude, I love the mermaid.
Dude, I mean,
it's like when I wanted it to be real so bad.
So did I.
Yeah.
When I watched that, that mockumentary on the mermaids.
Mockumentary, in my opinion. It's
exactly, yeah. Because like a mockumentary is like a fake documentary where it's fake, you know.
This was
just like a fake documentary. Like there's a difference, And even when I was watching it, there was like that scene where you got like the kids like on the beach with their camera phone.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, I'm like, that kind of looks CGI. That doesn't look real. But I'm also thinking to myself, I'm like, what 15 or 16-year-old at that point had a camera phone? And this was before like iPhones, really.
And this before like phones like that were a thing where everyone had one.
Exactly. So it's like, okay.
Let alone social media where everybody films everything. Nobody did that shit.
Right. Yeah. So that was one thing. But like when they found like the bones and they're like, well, with, computer generation and, putting it all together, dude, it was like 3 facial bones. And they're like, this is what it would look like. And I'm like, how do you get an entire mermaid?
Same thing with dinosaurs, dude. They do the same
from 3 bones. Yeah. So
it's like they have like one bone and it's like a T-Rex. I'm like, how the hell? I'm not disputing the plausibility, but it's like, they're really taking like
liberties, like
a generous amount of liberties. Like you're taking full on like directorial, like it's like, okay, sure.
Wow, this looks like a pinky, but it's a dinosaur.
Well, maybe it's a giant. No, they didn't exist. With
Giants.
this giant T-Rex with baby pug arms. Like it's
Yeah.
that existed.
Yeah. Fucking. So that whole mermaid thing, like, because there were certain things that they put into it that I'm like, made it look real.
Yeah.
Like when they were showing like pictures that people drew like back in the day, like when they would or it might have been like, I can't remember if they were actual pictures or drawings where you had like fishermen like pulling a whale out and it had like spears in it.
Yeah.
And it's like the only way that could have been in there if there was something under there
yeah.
throwing spears made out of bones of other fish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, I
so
ate that up,
awesome.
man. I wanted that to be real so badly.
So did I. Especially the way they tell you how like mermaids evolved.
I know. Yeah.
Was like, they were half the people stayed on land and the other half went into the water. It's like, oh, dude, that makes
like
sense.
The vision, yeah. Like, it was like, I'm going back to the underwater kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what? Maybe if we go swimming, we'll grow gills.
Dude, and that, like concatenate that with Little Mermaid, like, because I used to watch that, like the Disney movies back in the day when Disney movies meant something. And
yeah.
It's like you wanted that whole thing, like the whole concept. It was so imaginative, and you're like, I want this to be real. And make no mistake about it, regardless of that mockumentary, I still believe in like the concept of some kind of mer people existing.
I kind of do too.
To what capacity? I don't know. I don't think they would necessarily look like humans, maybe humanoids, but I still believe that exists. But that was watching that like back then and just looking at going, man, you really you muddied the waters.
Yeah,
we wanted like an actual genuine attempt to actually.
And dude, like when they played like they played like the sounds from the water, and it's like there's this one sound that we couldn't quite figure out what it was, and it's like they isolate it, and you're just kind of like, holy shit, like you're just like so excited, like sounds. Yeah, dude, like I was like a little kid watching that. I'm like,
I know
they're real,
dude. I recorded it. I used to watch it. I watched it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then you start piecing it together. You're like, oh, this is all vomitous, contrived bullshit.
Yeah. When I found out that it wasn't real, I was like, you motherfuckers, man. Why are you gonna play with my emotions like that? It's fucked up. I mean, dude, I get that they're not going to look like Ariel from the Disney movie.
I know
they're not going to look like,
but it's the point. It's the principle. The principle is we want to see an actual genuine investigation into that.
Yeah,
like if you're going to pull together a documentary, I want it to be a real documentary. In other words, like with ghost hauntings and all that bullshit that exists, I have no problem watching a video of people going in and nothing happening than going in watching a video where people are making shit happen just to be sensational and to give you something to watch. Right. I'd rather see a real investigation, like a real documentary.
Yeah.
And we still have yet to get that. Instead, we got that sci-fi piece of shit.
It's because again,
I'm sorry, I'm still bitter by that because I had my hopes up, dude. We talked about that back when it came out.
Yeah,
we're like, dude, remember because we had to wait for it to come out. It wasn't like it dropped in streaming channel. Like it was,
yeah.
They kept showing commercials, coming out in May or whatever.
Yeah, and I remember why, because like I remember watching it and like getting so excited, and then like finding out online that it was just all fabricated, like it was just all fucking fake, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Like I get certain aspects of it being being fake, like I said, like the 3 bones that made up an entire mermaid, certain things like that, but the idea that they obviously don't look like Ariel, they look more fish-like but with like certain human features to them, sort of a, creature from the Black Lagoon, sort of a gill man type of thing, but with a tail.
Yeah.
Like that was interesting to me because it made sense. It's like, yeah, they're underwater. Like, why would they still look like this? It's like you evolve to and adapt to the to wherever it is that you are, to your surroundings. It's like that's how evolution happens. That's what happens. That's the way it goes.
Well, that's what I like to say. Like, impressed is the real aspect of evolution. Is that what I mean? Like it's you adapting to your environment. And,
right. Yes.
And like what I always found odd too, like in that same vein, but not like branching off the documentary, but within tales of mermaids and what have you, is that one of the explanations for mermaids, or what people believe to be mermaids, is they say sailors would often see, like scientists would be like, well, The problem is people would see manatees and confuse them for actual mermaids. I'm like, who the fuck looks like a man? Have you ever seen a manatee and go, oh, I thought that was a woman for a second? What kind of women are you dealing with if you think a manatee is a woman?
I mean, come on, dude.
It's the sea cow.
Dude, I mean, like, if you walk around New York enough, you'll be like, oh, shit, I thought that was a manatee.
But, dude, I mean, you see something like that.
It happens, you know what I mean? It's like male or female. It's like, oh, shit, I thought that was a fucking walrus.
How could you mistake a giant swimming refrigerator as a woman?
Dude, I mean, listen, do you think there aren't fat mermaids? Like, it's like mermaids that are just like, all right, man, tonight we're tackling the whale. It's like, you know, it's like, dude, it's like, you know how, what was it? Was it The Great Outdoors where John Candy had to like eat that whole fucking steak just to get it for free? It's like you got to eat the gristle too. It's like they probably have fucking whale eating contests down there. You know, it's like if you eat this whole fucking whale ass, you'll fucking walk away with a free T-shirt. You know, so it's like, oh no, it's a manatee. It's not a fat mermaid. You know, fucking.
Dude, I'm still laughing. That scene, he's like, we're done. You're not done with everything. There's nothing left but gristle and blood. And like the blood's rushing down. And like John Candy's like,
yeah. And you see him walking out, he's holding the shirt. He's like,
the way he's like the react, like
dude. One of the funniest things in that movie is when they shot the bear in the ass.
Yeah, and the ball spot, and he matches it from the head. And the ass. That movie's a classic. Hot dogs. That's just lips and assholes. Dude, Dan Aykroyd was the fucking best.
Yeah, he's gonna make goat cheese pizza. It's like, wait, what? He's gonna make what? What is he making with a goat?
Yeah. Dude, when he shot him in the ass, that was the best. That was the hair. Man. I love it. Did no damage except just blow off the hair. It was like a giant crop circle in his ass.
You just see a man ass under that fucking bear. Fucking hilarious.
It's the fucking best, dude.
God, I thought it was a manatee. Dude, there are so many things that like you can look into the water and be like, oh shit, okay, no, it wasn't a mermaid, it was a dolphin.
Dude, okay. You know? No. Like, I one thing I want to, when I tell my story about the whale watcher, one quick note I want to add to that was when we were out there looking for whales. At one point there was a sunfish by the side of the ship. So, because when you're on a big ship, people will be like, oh, you hear a buzz, like, look over here. Yeah. And then you go running over to that side of the ship, that kind of thing. And I remember like running over to where the sunfish was and I looked down and dude, have you ever seen a sunfish?
Maybe.
Okay. It's not like meant to be.
I gotta I gotta look it up to see. Dude, like, have I seen one of these? No.
That was the scariest looking fish I've ever fucking seen. Dude, they're the craziest. It's just this giant face. And I remember like I looked down and it looked up and it's like this. And I just remember going, what the hell is that thing? Dude, I don't know why it's called a sunfish, but it is a creepy looking fish, man.
That is kind of creepy looking.
Dude,
that's weird.
Yes, it's
weird.
It's nightmare inducing. It's like I remember looking down at it and it looked up right. It looked into my soul.
Hello.
Don't fall in here. Don't fall in here. Dude, it was
I have your soul. Now give me your ass.
Gonna blow the hair off it.
I'll show you what I do with this fin.
the pause. This fin and this fin. They call this the booty tickler. Dude, that thing was dude, that face. I can't get over the face.
I mean, I'm hoping that I'm looking at it because it's got like a short tail.
You'll see. Yeah, it's because it's not a big fish. It's got like a
short tail. Yeah, it just looks like a thumb with wings.
It's just a giant humanoid face, like with like fins around it. It's the weirdest looking fish.
Fucking weird. It is fucking weird,
dude. It has a pensive stare. Like you look at it and you could tell it's thinking about shit.
Yeah, I gotta find one where it's like looking into the camera.
Dude, it looks at you and it's like, if you come in here, I'm going to feast on your bones.
Yeah, it's got that look where it's like, ho, 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 ho.
It looks disgruntled and devious. It does. It looks like it has bad intentions. Like, I'm not swimming with that fucking thing.
Yeah. It's like, no, it looks like it has bad intentions.
It does. Like, dolphins will have fun with you. And they may try to have sex with you. That thing looks like it'll do some really horrific shit to you.
Yeah. Who needs
it? May not be capable of it, but the thought's there.
And you won't realize it happened until you get out of the water.
It's too late.
I'm gonna have my way with this dude, and he won't even know it. He'd walk out of the water and be like, "Oh, what is that? Oh,
death by squeeze stew.
What did you do to me?
Damn you, sunfish!
Is there water in my ass? What is that?
I call it the manatee." Dude, man,
the sea cow.
I'll never forget that fish. Dude, that fish was the creepiest looking thing I've ever seen.
It looks it, bro. See, like I never did like whale watching. I did do like a tour of the swamp when I was in New Orleans.
Did you really? Did you go on? Were you on an airboat? Were you on those?
Yeah, it was one of those boats with like the big fan in the back. Whatever.
Yeah, the fan.
The thing about it too is like when you're on one of those like tour boats with like people that you don't know, it's fucking annoying because like there was a spot where we had to meet the bus to take us there. You know, there was like a bus that took people to the spot and there were other people there and sure as shit, they were from New York also, but from Staten Island.
Oh no, that's not New York.
Right. So
that's the other New York.
So, right. Well, you know how people from Staten Island have their accent. You know, we know how they talk. If you're from New York, you understand that. And I know people from Staten Island. I have no problem with them, even though they have the worst accent in New York. So they do. So
I'm sorry. I'll say this: they have the most egregious accent.
Yeah, yeah.
In my opinion, out of all the egregious ones, I think it's worse.
It's like you think a Brooklyn accent is annoying.
I was like,
you think a Brooklyn accent is annoying?
Like, pales in comparison to the Staten
It's like take a Brooklyn accent and like add a Brooklyn accent.
Staten Island. And then put a sunfish in it. And then
driving around in the Bronx for a month and then go back to Staten Island. That's what you got. You got a Staten Island accent. But so you know, we're talking with them at first before we get on the bus. And it's like, oh yeah, we're from New York. And I'm like, oh yeah, so are we. You know, it's like, oh, where are you from? Staten Island. I'm like, oh, from Queens.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're going to be on a fucking boat ride with them. There's no escaping once we get out there. So, dude, the whole time,
ass clowns.
The one dude, all right, yo, turn on your airdrop. Turn on your airdrop. Yeah, you know, I took pictures. Turn on your airdrop. Turn on your airdrop. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I didn't say it, but in my head, I'm like, yo,
did you really keep saying that? You keep chirping that?
Yeah, he kept chirping. Like, on the bus ride there first, it's like, yeah, make sure you got your airdrop on. Make sure you got your airdrop on. We gotta. It's like when I take pictures, I'm going to send them to you through airdrop.
Australian accent. Have your airdrop on, mate.
Yeah, have your airdrop on. So it's like then on the boat, the whole dude. And there was this one girl starts crying because of the alligators, because she was scared that the alligator was going to like jump on the boat. It's like, you know, alligators don't jump because like the guy was like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like alligators, you know, they're like coming up to the boat. It's like, you know, just be careful, you know, if they get on the boat, because like, you know, if the boat like dips a little bit and alligator could get on, whatever, you know, I guess. So it's like, don't worry, you know, I'll take care of it because, you know, I'm trained to deal with this, you know, it's like, I know, you know, okay, no problem. Alligators start getting close to the boat. This girl is freaking out. Yeah. She's crying. And, you know, there's like 3 or 4 rows like on this thing and each row is like higher than the last, you know? So it's like, me and my buddy had to switch with this girl because she was freaking out.
Yeah.
Because like it was like her and one of her friends, you know, had to move because her friend, even if she did want to sit there, had to move back with her friend. It's like, well, can't let my friend sit in the back by herself. It's like, all right, fine. I'll go up front, man. It's like if a fucking alligator bites up my foot, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
It's like the only reason it happens is because this fucking bitch fucking couldn't fucking handle it. It's like all they were doing was eating fucking marshmallows. Like, what are you worried about?
Oh, God. Feeding the marshmallows? Is that what it...
Well, when the baby alligators came up, he's like, you know what baby alligators love? Marshmallows.
Of course they do.
Starts throwing marshmallows. Like, dude, who the fuck doesn't like marshmallows? Like, what the fuck? It's like, of course they like marshmallows.
Dude, crocodilian's my favorite animal outside of dragons. But that's like, dude, I love, alligators. Living in Florida and seeing alligators was my favorite thing.
Delicious.
Actually, when I did,
they are good.
Back then, yeah.
Well, dude, when the first time I went to New Orleans, like we went to a restaurant that served blackened alligator.
I think we talked about this. The only way to have it, like everything's fried these days. Well, not these days, but most things are always fried because it's more palatable to people because people don't have real taste, you know, in their palates. So as long as you deep fry it and you put like some, you know, heavy sauce with it, but blackened, you got to get it Cajun style.
Yeah,
and
make my alligator blackened. Blackened.
Ooh, yeah.
Give me that shit blackened.
But that's
not good.
That's the way to have it, man. That was my favorite meat when I lived in it.
Yeah, it was delicious. Fucking delicious.
But I love, dude, alligators are the shit, man. And they can't jump out of the water. They're most likely not going to on a boat. They're going to, because they'll know they're getting fed. You know, like you could befriend an alligator, but you're not friends with the alligator in the alligator's mind. You're food. Either you're giving me food or you are my food. You know, so like they're going to be there. It's like, okay, I don't like these people. They're coming in that loud boat, but they're going to feed us yummy gelatin. You know, so let's eat some marshmallows.
I forgot to mention, like, one of the things he told us, because, you know, when you're in the swamp, it's like you're surrounded by, like, all this marsh, like, all this, like, grass and shit.
Marshmallows in the marsh.
Yeah, marshmallows in the marsh.
Natural
marsh
habitat.
In the mallows. But it's like, you know, you look out, you don't see shit. So if anything is, like, lurking in that grass, like, you have no idea what's in there. So one of the things he told us that we would have to watch out for.
Skunk ape?
Are boars.
Oh, yeah. Boars could be
and
there.
He's like, and boars can fucking swim. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And they're aggressive as fuck.
That's what he said. He's like, just look out for boars.
Yeah.
I'm like,
dude,
sorry, did you say boars? Like, you know, like pigs with tusks? Like,
tusks.
Is that
those tusks.
You know,
no
is that
joke.
what you're talking about? He's like, yeah. He's like, you might not think it, but they can swim. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, I was scared, but I was also fascinated. I'm like, I kind of want to see that. You know? It's like, imagine just seeing a boar like swimming to your boat and just like banging into it with the tusks.
Just put the Staten Island people in front. Just shield.
Because like, you know, it's like, you don't picture like a boar.
Pivot!
Like, you know, you don't, when you hear that, like, you don't picture a boar like coming out from the grass. You picture like the most aggressive thing possible. Like it coming through like, and just like coming at you. You know what I mean? Like you picture him coming out like fucking Leatherface at the end of the fucking first Texas Chainsaw movie. Like spinning around like, people on a boat. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing like fucking, you know, Pumbaa, but on fucking crack.
But see, that I was about to say, the problem is people have got the misconception from Lion King that they're going to come out singing. No, they're going to come out swinging. Like they want blood. Like they're not going to.
Your dinner.
Yeah, exactly. No worries means you're
today.
dead. Dude, they're nasty.
Dinner.
But I will say this: they make great burgers.
Oh, really? You've had a boar burger?
Yes. Boar burgers are great, man.
Boar burger from Bear Burger.
Yeah. They have, I mean, I don't think they have them now, but they used to have a great variety of wild game. And Firecracker, one of the best ones.
I'm guessing that's a duck.
Absolutely. And duck is my favorite bird meat. That duck is amazing.
It is good. It's good.
Like I miss it. Like like that's the one, like that and gator I miss.
Have you ever had kangaroo?
I've had kangaroo jerky.
I had kangaroo,
and I figured you would eat kangaroo anything because I know how much you hate kangaroos.
I
know you would take the opportunity to eat any kangaroo,
dude.
With spite, with great malicious spite.
Yes, we went to like this Australian like bar or whatever, and there was like kangaroo skewers, on the menu. So like, you know, it was cubes, and it's like the way they marinated it or whatever. Dude, it was fucking delicious, but I ate that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know you're gonna eat. Yeah,
well, because like they're just freaky to me.
No, I know.
Kangaroos
It's your
are just
thing.
Fucking freaky. They're fucking freaky looking to me. I mean, I look at a kangaroo and I see like a deer head with like fucking long ears. Like if there was ever an animal made out of spare parts, it's the fucking kangaroo. You know, a deer head, fucking long ears, a fucking giant like rat tail with fucking giant rabbit feet, and a fucking fanny pack.
Yeah, fanny pack and a PED chest.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like a fucking kangaroo has no business being that fucking jacked. Like, what the fuck? And you know, it moves the fingers like, you know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing, bro? You sizing me up? I will fucking, I'll die fighting a kangaroo. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is, because I love it, your unbridled antipathy for them is so, like, it's so,
dude,
it's so satisfying because it's so fun. Because I love I'll see like a GIF, you know, I'll send it, and I'm like, because I know you're gonna be like, oh fuck that thing,
dude. My fucking phone screen is cracked because I headbutt it every time you send me one of those.
I just love because it's always an immediate reaction to that guttural response. Like it's like,
Well,
no,
because
fuck that thing.
yeah, well, because like the other thing is too, it's like when you watch like cartoons with
Yeah.
kangaroos and you see them do that shit where they're like on their tail,
Mhm.
like you know, like just to turn around, whatever. It's like I thought that was just a cartoon thing.
Yeah, no, it's real.
But when
yeah.
you see a kangaroo actually do that, it's like you motherfucker,
Dude, and we've all seen, everybody has seen videos of kangaroos, especially on social media. You've all seen that one where it's like through the glass and he's like sitting there, like looking at himself because it's
Yeah.
like reflective, and he's like jacked, he's like flexing on himself. And
yeah,
it's like,
dude.
get the like, what do you want, bro? Like, get out of here.
Dude, exactly. I look at this motherfucker
Fuck
like,
on,
dude,
kick rocks.
yeah, dude, and that motherfucker could kick rocks.
Could
That
kick rocks and
motherfucker's
bench
so-
him at the same time.
Dude, exactly, man. And it's fucking dude, it's doing it can do that shit that it does in cartoons.
And why is
it
it?
would
Like,
fucking smack a boulder into your face
Dude,
with that fucking tail.
all its power is in its legs. So what necessitates such a jacked upper body physique?
I have no idea, dude.
That's the
I
crazy
don't-
part to me. Like, it's like, how are you even jacked on top? You're all legs. Like, you're not
This
gonna box
motherfucker's-
me. You're gonna kick me to death. Like, it's
Dude,
like
this motherfucker's fighting Bigfoot in the fucking jungle.
remember
or
that
some
one dude?
shit,
He's like,
man.
his dogs were there, and
Yeah.
the kangaroo was gonna take. So he went over and he swung at a desperation, popped the kangaroo in his face, and the kangaroo actually
Just like-
stammered back at it. You know, he's incredulous. Like, you just punched me? Do
Yeah.
you know who I am?
Exactly. He's just like, huh?
I'm the fucking juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah. Fucking yeah, the kangaroo could not believe
Like Vinny
the
Jones comes
kangaroo-
out. Like,
But the kangaroo couldn't even like fucking respond after that. He's like,
yeah,
what the fuck just happened?
dude, he left him speechless. He was like, "What?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to react."
Dude, I don't even have dogs, and I would fight that kangaroo for that dude's dog.
Dude, I
You know
love
what I mean?
the temerity of that dude. He just went out there and went, "Nah, I'm saving my dogs. I'm gonna pop this motherfucker in the face."
Dude, I don't even think he realized his dog was near the fucking kangaroo. He probably had the same kind of hatred for kangaroos that I did. It's like, oh, kangaroo, I'm gonna go fucking
like he
punch
just
it.
randomly, yeah. Like,
Oh, there's my dog.
oh, was he bothering you? Oh, he tried to take your dog? John Wick comes out. Bah, bah, bah. And then like the kangaroo like bends over like Matrix style, like Neo. He takes
Yeah.
the bullets.
Well, dude, I mean, I'm generally fascinated by marsupials, but there's just something about the kangaroo that
no, it is off-putting.
it is, man.
But you
It's
talked
like
about
how-
earlier with like a creature that like just like was randomly put together. That's how I feel about the platypus. Dude, the platypus is such an anomalous creature because there's so many weird anomalies to it in its composition of the body. And not that I plan on like I want to go on a whole, like jaunt about it, but it's like it's weird. Like they're weird. If you ever watch videos, anyone watching, watch a video. There's tons of videos on YouTube that go in detail about the composition of a platypus, and they're fucking bizarre. Like they're not of this earth, man. They are really bizarre.
Yeah, well, dude, there's no questioning that there are a lot of bizarre looking animals out there. Yeah, the platypus is it's an odd.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna say it's an odd duck, but like
but you have like,
the old saying, "What an odd duck."
it's got the
Sorry.
bill, right? But it's also
Yeah.
venomous. It's got barbs in the back of its arms.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And then it also it swims underwater, but it's blind, I think. I think it closes its eyes when it swims, if I recall correct. Like there's so many weird,
Yeah.
almost contradictory things about its existence. It's mind-bending because you're like, how does this thing exist? Because there's nothing like it even remotely close to that same, like they're
Yeah.
living with the same parameters. I'll put it that way. Dude, platypuses are fascinating in that way. Like I don't know what the hell they came from, but that is definitely one.
But-
Remember those old pictures where you combine things together, like you move,
Yeah,
you move
yeah.
the head and then the midsection and then the legs, and you just make something weird.
Yeah,
That's a
like a
platypus.
kangaroo too. Yeah, but yeah, marsupials
Kangaroos is
generally.
bane.
Because dude, my favorite animal, deceased.
Of
Extinct.
course, well, that's one of my favorites
The
too. Yeah,
The thylacine.
Yeah. Dude, we both
Tasmanian
love them.
wolf, Tasmanian tiger, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks more like a wolf. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion. I think it looks more dog-like.
I
I feel like it just got the
100% agree.
moniker tiger is because of the stripes,
Yeah.
which is very unique for an animal like that.
No, I agree, dude.
But-
I think it's more like a wolf to me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, in all honesty, when I was younger in that movie, The Howling, I think it was The Howling 3
Yeah.
came out, the marsupials.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's how I first found out about the thylacine. And I'm like,
same.
whoa, what is that? Yeah, I'm like, there's a fucking wolf marsupial. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
is
know.
that?
Like how
And I
wild.
tried- and this was before, obviously, this was before internet. But like my sister had that wildlife treasury. Do you remember that wildlife
Yeah,
treasury?
fuck yeah.
It was that green, like, pail.
I
Like,
had something just like
bucket.
that. I don't remember what it was,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that one.
And and it had like all the cards of like all these animals, extinct and living, dude. And it's funny because like I remember that from the commercial. It's like a duck-billed platypus has feet like a duck, but it's furry.
Yeah.
They're all in my wildlife treasury. And I was looking through it and I picked out like every fucking animal that I could find that looked anything like this.
Yeah.
But didn't see the name Tasmanian wolf.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I did with those cards. And I very well could have pulled out thylacine.
Yeah.
But this was before I knew that that's what its actual name was. But, years later, I remember, internet came out. I'm looking it up. I'm like, downloading pictures, printing them out, fucking all this shit. And I was like, finding out that there's like a whole, like in search of thylacine group in Australia that they do, like how they do like Bigfoot searches.
Yeah.
There's a group that does that in Australia. And I'm like, oh man, I would love to go to one of those. Go on like a thylacine search.
I'm right with you, man. Cause it's my third favorite animal to be specific with me, but
okay.
I love that. Dude, thylacine's a fucking. I still believe there's many things I will loosely believe that exist, to some degree. I still believe there's got to be areas in Australia, like, remote areas where some form of them exist. In other words, like some strands, like some like small grouping, it's
Yeah.
where they're, undisturbed by modern society and left alone by. I'm trying to think of like, because Australia's ginormous. It's a massive plot of land. Mm-hmm. So you have, a lot of like the Aboriginal, I guess that would be probably like the real like tribal like societies that exist within there, like, in other words, untempered by society, like modern society. And same thing, like, you go to like the rainforest, right? Amazon rainforest. There's still plenty of tribes that exist completely disconnected from modern society. And same things in the outback, because that's the environment there is rough, man. Like everything that's venomous and deadly exists in Australia.
Yeah. See, the sad thing is though, if they are out there and they're hiding, and it's like it's understandable that they would hide because they were considered extinct at the hands of humans because thylacines, Tasmanian wolves, however you want to call them. I'm just going to refer to them as thylacine for the sake of this discussion. The thylacine was made to be extinct because there were bounties out on them because they were eating, farm animals and all that shit. So it was like, look, they're a fucking nuisance. We got to get rid of them. And they finally did. And then there was a point where there were like 2 or 3 of them in captivity. And then when the last one finally died, I think it was 1939. That was it.
Something. Yeah.
And there's video footage of it.
Yeah, that
we walking around in its enclosure. Yeah. Oh, dude, I've watched that. And I remember once, when I had family coming visiting from Italy, they wanted to go to the Museum of Natural History. So we go to the Museum of Natural History, and we're just like walking around. I'm not thinking of anything, and I just like, we were about to go into like the lunchroom area, like
you deviated. You went like separate.
No, it's not that I went separate. It's just like out of nowhere there was
a thylacine. Yeah.
And I stopped and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like there it is.
Yeah.
Like that's real.
Yeah.
Like that is incredible.
Yeah.
I was just so like taken by it, and like I couldn't get my eyes off of it.
It's a magnificent animal, man.
It is it's a marsupial.
Yeah.
It was able to like unhinge its jaw and basically like open its mouth like a snake.
Yeah.
Which, wasn't really, it's
which, by the way,
imagine generally that. Do.
Yeah. It's freaky.
Well, see, the funny thing is because like there was a documentary on it, on, I think it was either Discovery or Animal Planet or
it was like yawning or something like that. If I recall,
it was yawning, but they added a roar.
Yeah.
They added a roar to it. It's just like, roar! I'm like, come on. I'm not saying that the animal is a fucking sweet, fucking beautiful, like,
stop.
Yeah, like don't. It's like you're not gonna have a pet thylacine, obviously, but
we could dream.
Yeah, but the dream now is they've had a thylacine fetus in a jar of alcohol.
Yeah, the Jurassic Park syndrome. Yeah,
and
we're gonna bring it to life.
Yeah, they want to bring it, but it's not going to happen. I don't think they're going to do it.
Well, as far as that, not that I've delved greatly into that aspect, cursory glances, but I do believe that as far as extinct animals that they are going to bring back, like in other words, not only a plausible, but actually very, very possible is I think, well, thylacine would be cool if they bring it back, but I think the woolly mammoth, I think, is almost certainly going to.
Yeah.
I think they're like, it's like one of those things where it's like, we're doing it. It's happening. We're going to bring it back. And that's,
but it's like, why?
Yeah. That was my thought.
Why?
Why bring it back now? Like, why?
What do we need it for?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's like, people look at a woolly mammoth. It's like, well, it's just a hairy elephant. Is it though? Like, are you going to bring back an animal?
What necessitates bringing them back right now?
Yeah,
that's my question, and I'm not asking that like I know the answer. I have no idea. This is just one of those things when I'm purely speaking in a reactionary manner, like just saying like, well, when you hear it, it's like, we're going to bring that back. Like, why? It's the same reason when they dig up dead bodies that were killed by the plague, so they can extract their blood, like they're like buried in the ice in the Arctic. I'm like, we're going to take it so we can take the the blood from the from the ancient disease that killed them. Why?
Why?
We want to weaponize it.
But but that's the thing with the woolly mammoth. It's like, you don't know what a woolly mammoth does. You don't know that it's going to be
like fucking demonic. Like, like they come back as Jurassic Park syndrome. Like they break out like, ooh, and they start tearing up. Yeah.
You brought us back. Now you must suffer.
Or they start playing in a metal band.
But it's like, just because a woolly mammoth looks like a fucking elephant with hair, doesn't mean it's going to act like an elephant with hair. You know what I mean? It's like, look at the difference between
them out of all things. But
well, I mean, look at the difference between a horse and a zebra. You know, one's wild, one can be tamed. Like, do you think like you can have a zebra in an enclosure and like ride it and shit?
I mean, pretty badass if you did. That's bragging rights right there.
Not true.
It's fair. Like, oh, that's a cute horse. Have you seen my zebra?
It's like Avatar. It's like Avatar when the human and captured the giant fucking flying thing, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, when he attached his fucking ponytail
to those pterodactyls, whatever they fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just remember like the big one where it's like tuk muk to, and like that giant.
Yeah,
and I was like, I want that one. That's my.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. That's like the human grabbed that one. Yeah. Like, what's his name? Sully. Like that's the one that he got. Like to prove himself.
Sully.
But yeah, that would be like the equivalent on Earth riding a fucking zebra.
Tuk muk to.
Lovely. It's fun. It's fun to ride a zebra.
It's nice,
and it's delicious to eat a kangaroo, barbecue kangaroo. I want barbecue, man. Like, there used to be a barbecue spot right by me, and it's gone now. It was called, like, Come In and Eat, You Fat Fuck, or something like that.
Oh, dude.
I think that was the name of it.
How can you not want to go?
It had a big pig on the outside. No, I'm serious. It had a big pig. It's like, eat, you fat fuck. Dude, I think that was the name of it.
There's a place, I was just walking past it today. It's a chicken place, and it's got the wall next to it is a picture of a pig with like the hat, the cook, the chef's hat, and I'm like, a pig cooking chicken?
A pig cooking chicken?
What? I don't.
It's making chicken cordon bleu.
It's like, when I'm eating chicken, I just pictured Porky eating it.
Right. It's like, hey pig, make that fucking chicken.
I don't get the association,
dude. As long as it's not Korean barbecue.
You don't like Korean barbecue?
Come on, dude. Are you serious? Dude, I went to Korean barbecue once.
You shouldn't go there, Johnny.
Dude, my buddy's like, dude, you want to try a Korean barbecue? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Because in my head, I'm like, okay,
what harm could it do?
Yeah, I love barbecue.
Now, what about it that you did not like?
Okay, so we sit down, and they bring out this plate of what looked to me like Italian deli meats. I'm like, oh, cool.
Oh, did you just grab it, roll it up, and eat it?
Dude, I almost did. I'm like, oh, we got some fucking prosciutto, some sopressata, some capicola. Yeah. And I'm like, cool. And my buddy's like, wait, what are you doing?
No, you got to cook it.
I'm like, isn't this the appetizer? He's like, no, you got to cook it. I'm like, cook it how? And he points at this fucking hubcap.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to cook this on a fucking hubcap. Are you serious? Dude, we cooked it. Dude, it was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm not eating fucking cooked prosciutto. I'm never coming back here. What the fuck is this?
I get your contention. Rob Schneider has a great bit about that. He talks about
Does
how,
he?
yeah, I mean, I don't remember the verbatim, but it's a really funny bit talking about how he's like, Korean food, he's like such lazy food because it's like, you come in, you pay all this money for me. It's like, no, you cook it here. You could, I don't want to cook it. I'm paying for it. You cook it. No,
Yeah,
you cook it. Here, you put it here.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Great bit.
But on a fucking hubcap, I'm looking at this fucking thing. I'm that?
I know.
Like, I got to cook this on that?
Unfortunately,
so you just like throw it on. It's like, I'm like,
I personally love it, but I obviously don't. I can't really indulge because now it's like I don't eat meat, so
yeah.
I don't really do it with fish. But you could do it like hot pot with fish. But I dig it, because you get a lot of meat, right, and you throw it on there, and you get some vegetables that you'll throw on there, and I get your contention with it, but I don't mind it. I think it's fun.
I didn't like it though. There was like no flavor to it. It was just like they were very thin. Like I said, it was like Italian.
I love Korean food, man. It's
Italian deli meats.
Yeah,
dude. I thought I was gonna love Korean food too, but it's like apparently it's like just cook yourself this fucking sopressata sliced really thin.
Yeah.
On our fucking heated hubcap. Fucking enjoy it. Enjoy that shit. Go the fuck home and tell everybody how much you loved it. Fuck out of here.
It's I get your contention, but it was. I mean, back when I ate, it was really good, man. But
it's like what's really the fun in cooking your own food at a restaurant?
Well, I think
like I remember as a kid, like when you got like the poo-poo platter from Chinese food restaurants, I had that little cauldron with the fire coming out of it.
Yeah.
But, dude, the food was already hot.
Yeah.
You didn't really need that. That was just like for fun. That was just for show. Like fondue, it's like, no, you dip my fucking bread for me. Go ahead. And just
I'm
feed
paying
it to me.
you for it. You cook
exactly. It's like, no, you make it. I went to fondue once.
I wouldn't even go to fondue. The concept of fondue is so unappetizing to me.
Well, dude, I mean, they give you stale bread.
Cheese. Yeah.
They give you stale bread.
What are we, pigeons? This bread is sitting in the dumpster.
It's like, we're out of bread. It's like, all right, there's no lady in the park right now. Go.
It's like, when do we become freegans? I'm not eating this shit.
Yeah, dude. Like,
I want dead animal.
It's like when you want to go out to eat, man, fucking just give me my food and give it to me cooked the way I want it cooked. It's like, I like Benihana's, that's cool, but it's like, come on, just fucking cook it.
I love hot pot. Me and my girl, and we'll go, and it is
What's
fun.
hot pot?
Well, hot pot is essentially like a soup. You have your, now, of course, because I don't eat meat other than seafood, we'll go to places that we do 2 pots. You get an individual pot. So you'll have a certain broth, and then you'll order off a menu all different things you want to put and cook in it. So you'll get like a tray, and now back when I ate meat, I love lamb. Lamb was, one of my favorites. So you get slices of raw lamb, and you throw it in the soup, and you basically make your own food. It's similar to the hubcap as you were talking about, but you're not actually grilling it. You're just cooking in the soup.
Yeah, like kind of like when we went to that
I love hot pot.
that foche or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So like when you order it to go, they give you the meat raw and you put it into the water and
you get the house
the hot water. Yeah.
Now, like pho is like almost the same thing, except you're not actually cooking yourself. You're just getting a giant bowl of deliciousness. Like it's just
Well, it's like if you're eating there, they put the raw meat into the soup and it cooks it before it gets to you. But like when you bring it home, it's like I didn't realize that I had to like rush home to like throw the meat into the fucking hot water because like it took a while for the meat to cook because the broth got it wasn't cold, but it wasn't like as hot as it was when they first handed it to me.
Yeah. Well, for me,
I didn't know that that's how they gave it to you to go, where you have to put the fucking raw meat into the soup yourself.
Well, for me though, back when I ate meat, and I still stand by it. If I were to eat beef of any type, I would eat it raw. I love, like, dude, the rarer, like, the better. Like it's,
dude, I enjoy rare meat.
At that, I would try to eat a couple slices before they cook because that when you get it that way, it's delicious.
Where at fucking
well, I mean, if
or are you talking about?
But I mean, like any place, like whenever you get, like, in other words, back when I worked at a steakhouse in Florida, I gained appreciation for rare, like very rare steak, or as they call it, blue, and it's phenomenal.
Well, dude, I used to get it well done.
Oh God,
because I didn't know that. Well, no. I mean, because like that's just how like I figured.
You're raised
well
that way,
done means,
like it just.
Yeah, I just figured well done that's how it's cooked.
It's supposed to be,
So I was with a buddy getting a burger one day. And he ordered his burger medium rare, and I'm like, I'll take the same thing. I'll try a medium rare.
It's the only way, man.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it's fucking. I'm like, from that point on, I ordered my meat rare.
Only way. Rare.
Yeah,
medium rare should be that should be the highest you go when it comes to steak, or like anything higher, it's overcooked.
See, I've also heard that you can You can eat pork that way. I'm not a fan of it though. I tried it. That's
the problem. Is this like even if I still ate meat like that, I still don't trust pork. Pork is a dirty meat. There's a lot of like. Listen, all meat has parasites in it. Let's not live in the delusion that I'm eating a healthier meat. It all has parasites in it. But pork as a whole, there's a reason why in the Bible they don't want you eating it. There's a lot of parasites in pork.
Well, yeah, fucking pigs will eat their own shit and eat their own. Period.
I was gonna say they eat them. Like, dude, remember the Snatch, where he talked about how always be wary of a man that owns a pig farm because that's where they dispose of the bodies.
Right. Yep.
Great scene. I forget that actor's name, but he's a phenomenal actor. And when he just goes and when he just elucidates how, a pig can eat through a human carcass in 15 minutes, whatever. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but great scene.
Yeah.
Was it Bricktop? Whatever his name was? Like that. Yeah, I love that movie.
Couldn't tell you, man. I haven't seen that movie in years.
It's been at least a decade.
But that's another movie that I'll quote, and it's just one line.
Do it for a caravan.
When they're driving and just looking out the car window, and the guy's like, "Oh, you bastard!"
Oh, dude, I thought you were going to say the Boris the bullet dodger. Why they call him that? Because he dodges bullets, Avi. Dude, I love that movie. Pull up your socks, Avi. Oh yeah.
And now it's time to say goodbye to all our company.
Oh yeah.
MICKEYMOUSE. So we are going to say goodbye. I am Giuseppe. Yeah, I am Giuseppe.
And I am Storm.
Peace.
Deuces.
What he said. Or what he said. I don't know which way.
Either way. This way. Where'd he go? He went that way.
Dude, for real, thank you so much for joining us. And now that this episode has come to a close, if you really like what you heard, please subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies. Maybe they'll hate us as much as you hate them. Point is this, we really appreciate you stopping by and hope you come back for future episodes. Thank you so much.